Welcome to 7SD Carpathian Adventure. Travel back 700 years to the early 1300s. Castles like this dot the countryside. The Hungarian Empire, or Carpathian Empire, is at its zenith. The nascent Ottomans are on the rise, and neither Holy nor Roman nor an empire, Holy Roman Empire, battles within. England and France fight one another. As the Templars recede into history, the Teutons are on the rise. Welcome to the Carpathian Adventure. This was a great hall. There would have been a roaring fire. It would have been adorned with Gothic windows. This might be where our adventuring party might gather. Let's meet them.
From the Kingdom of Aragon, I am Zyman Val. I ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Balder, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I'm Aldrich, and while I grew up an urchin in the narrow confines of Venice, I never seemed to fit in there. Except for this music box, my past is hidden to me. Now north of the Alps, I feel I'm closer to home, wherever that might be. Near the Untersberg mountain, I discovered these intrepid adventurers. Though they're blazing a dangerous path, perhaps they might help me discover who I really am.
Aha! Hello, friends! You can call me Livia Moreau. I come from the beautiful country of France, of course! Traveling as a salesman. Banished from my home, where by the hand of my twisted sister, my father was killed, and I was implicated. Mon Dieu, how low I've come. But in that low, I found the Champions of the Sun. Although they may not smell like sweet wine, they are honorable. Mostly.
I am Kip Kaelin, Ranger of the North, and I am lost. Hailing all the way from Garin in Scotland, I have faced great tragedy, losing all those dear to me. I am haunted by that fateful night. Faced defeat at every turn, attempting to enact revenge on those that did this to us. And when all my strength, resources, and allies, save for my trusted wolf Lycoa, was depleted, I stumbled upon the Champions of the Sun at the Battle of Sahut. I decided to ally myself with these seemingly capable and worthy adventurers to aid me in putting the lost to rest. It is what she would want, or so she seems to indicate.
I am Borinth, the Cave Bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger, and with the Champions of the Sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect. And, more importantly, my trust.
Welcome to the Carpathian Adventure.
Welcome, I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others in construction, still others retail managers, a few are in IT, parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We would like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter, and Periscope followers, as well as our YouTube subscribers. We just before we were going on the stream, on air, as you might say, we got a new Twitch follower. Thank you for joining us. And to all of you, thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch, please like on YouTube and Facebook, and of course, please subscribe on YouTube. I think we're up to 290, getting close to those cupcakes that Jess has promised.
10 more.
Tell your friends.
There you go. If during the stream you follow,
I can kind of stay up.
yeah,
3 months
hopefully.
old.
Yeah. If during the stream you follow or donate on Twitch, or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. During the stream, some of us are watching it. I have Twitch up right here in front of me. Please feel free to comment or ask questions while live. We will endeavor to interact if the opportunity presents itself. If you hear a highway in the background, that's because Reiner is joining us via Skype, and I think the air conditioning is probably struggling there. To all of our subscribers, thank you. What is happening in the campaign?
Somewhere in there. Yeah, you
To defeat the powerful vampire Bayuk Osman Ghazi, the party is building strength, gathering allies, and collecting resources. An element needed to create a powerful weapon called the Tour de Demon is the Heilige Lanze, the head from the Spear of Destiny. The caretaker for the lance head, a leader in the canton of Schwyz and lord of Schloss Kyburg, Werner Stoffacker, agreed to lend it to the party for 2 years, but Stoffacker, of course, wanted something in return. He wanted some help. The Swiss cantons are in a war with at least one of the 2 Holy Roman emperors, Frederick the Fair. The cantons want some relief from oppressive taxes, and they want greater autonomy. 2 of Frederick's armies are invading the cantons. One, under his brother and Duke of Austria and Styria, Leopold, is invading from the northeast. His troops in the village of Mortgarten are battling the character's party. The party's tasking? They have to either hold off Leopold's forces coming to siege Stoffacker's Schloss Kyburg until Swiss reinforcements arrive from the other cantons. However, the other Swiss cantons might be involved in a battle of their own with Frederick's other army, or win a victory over Leopold's forces sufficient that it permits the cantons, or the party for the cantons, to negotiate an agreement lowering taxes and providing greater autonomy. Lastly, or outright defeat Leopold's forces. In exchange for the Heilige Lanze, the party accepted this challenge. To give battle, the party selected a gorge north of Schloss Kyburg and south of the village of Mortgarten. A narrow road joins the two and parallels a deep, raging, and bitter cold river. With troops in place, they waited. The first of Leopold's army emerged from Mortgarten, heading south on the narrow road leading to Schloss Kyburg. With archers positioned on a tall ridge overlooking the road and a ballista on a high ridge across the river, they let loose their destruction. Simon the Wizard cast multiple fireballs, a wall of fire, and then another wall of fire. After Balder had been shoved into the river, Simon levitated him from the freezing water. He also air transported the party members across the river to strike the enemy's support elements, then brought them back again. From a higher ridge on the opposite bank, Balder the Norseman coordinated ballista fire, pinning many an enemy soldier in place. Aldrich the Rogue snuck down the overlooking ridge and to the trail and attacked the enemy from the flank, and then later ran up the road to rejoin the party. At one point, he leapt on the back of an enemy horse and assassinated a knight. Kartra healed many a wounded and bludgeoned countless enemy soldiers and knights with her spiritual hammer. Borinth the Barbarian rejoined the party post his surgical strike on the enemy, which he has yet to regale the party with stories of. With mighty blows, he took down scores of opponents. Nonetheless, exhausted from his frenzied rage, he sustained a lot of damage himself. Mattius was in the thick of the battle, and despite his tough-as-nails armor, he sustained a lot of damage himself. Still, he dished out far more than he took. After a second enemy wave attacked down the narrow defile, Borinth healed and then interviewed one of the fallen enemy knights, Nicholas Bachman. Though it was dark and raining, Bachman thought he recognized Aldrich the Rogue as an acquaintance from Thuringia. That acquaintance was William, the seventh son of Henry I, Duke of Brunswick-Grubenhagen. During a lull in between waves of attackers, Kartra the cleric went scrounging for leeches to heal wounded troops and party members. Others caught what little sleep they could at their positions. Eventually, a third wave of enemy halberders charged down the road, supported by catapults launching flaming balls of fire from the opposite side of the river. The narrow road from Mortgarten to Schloss Kyburg is littered with slashed, bludgeoned, burned, and trampled enemy dead, and the carcasses of their horses. In addition, you can hear the crumbling of their candy wrappers as everyone runs over them. It is sometime between late night and early morning. It is raining and the temperature has dropped, and a fog has rolled in to that is growing thicker. With that, visibility is reduced and is dropping further. In the midst of a battle, we rejoin the party. Okay, guys, welcome back.
Huzzah!
Yeah. What was that? What was that noise I heard there?
He won't tell us the
Oh,
phone.
you're muted now? Okay. Okay. In the midst, we rejoin as the sound effects come back up. Baldur, I need you to roll initiative, please. And if somebody would then put him in the order based upon
A 5.
a 5. Somebody could put that, makes it nice and easy where to put him. Right down at the bottom. We are at the top
Anybody
of
was
the...
slower than me.
I get to make more decisions now.
There you go. If you would, just write it in there. Just gosh forbid, write the number on next to it. Just gosh forbid it comes into play at some point where somebody leaves or this goes on, whatever. You understand what I mean? So we're not sitting there going, oh,
We got 3 months of this. Come on.
exactly. Exactly. Okay, well, while this computer powers up, we're at the top of the round. Aldrich, you are up. Followed by, we're going to skip Borinth in the midst of the battle turns and where I don't even see him out there.
He's over here.
No, because I'm like, where is he?
He's lost in the fog right now.
Yes, he's like, I have a plan. I'm going to strike the enemy from someplace else. I don't need. Tom doesn't even know from where, and he runs away for the moment. And Aldrich, you are up.
Aldrich will... Yeah, sure. I'm going to rage.
Here.
I will slither up to the front of the line. I want to be able to get a view of what's coming. And
Help me out. Where was your figure?
I was over here.
Okay, so there are some bad guys there.
Oh, there are
You know,
bad guys?
Yeah, there's
You're the one with the 2 rings.
those two, and there's one just to my right, your left of the one yellow ring too.
Okay, so I'll hit the yellow ring guy.
Okay, so you squeeze in there, just kind of push the friendly guy to the side and squeeze in next to him. You jab your rapier up between the wall and...
With a 20, I try to jag the 20.
A 20, Tom, what have we got here? A 20, you jab, you feel the ching of your rapier against him, and does it do anything, Tom? Where is it here? Yeah, you find a sweet spot in between some of their armor, and it pierces.
Gotcha.
Are we?
We're on 4.
sorry.
Okay, 5. Thank you.
Critical is going to be 6, 12, it's 24, plus 29.
29 points of damage as your rapier pierces him, finding a sweet spot in there.
And with an offhand dagger, I will fail. And I will retreat back.
Okay, he's going to take a... Oh, wait, he does not get an
Does
attack of
not get
opportunity
opportunity
attack on you.
Silly
Awesome.
rogue.
Anything else, Alderic?
That is all.
Vorinth disappears into the fog. Mattias, you are up.
Alright then. So I'm still in the thick of it, correct?
Yes, you have one. He appears to be unwounded directly in front of you, and you have one to his left, your right, that is appears to be slightly wounded.
Well, I'll check the guy who's directly in front of me.
Okay.
2 quick strikes.
Should be able to
First
tilt
attack.
the top of that too. Thank you.
20 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3. 29. I think that hits.
Your sword, you swing away even in this short distance, and you find a space in between the plates, and you cut into him.
13 damage.
13. He is... I think you made level 11. I think you have 3 attacks now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I will look again. Well, that's a good point, actually.
Well,
Meanwhile, my second
let's just
attack,
keep
I
moving,
will
and you can look in between
So a
things.
13 probably doesn't hit.
A 13, ching, it bounces. You feel the sword go against his armor. Just roll again, and then we'll come back. You can look at stuff when it's not your round.
Okay. Natural 20.
Natural 20. Somebody pull a critical card, please.
Maximum damage on his arm.
Ooh.
DC 10 strength or drop item.
DC 10 strength check. His arm is wailing in pain, and he rolls a 17 plus whatever his gobs of bonus is. His arm is in brutal pain, but he doesn't drop anything.
And yes, I do have level 2 extra attack.
Awesome. Okay, so roll your damage, please.
Roll damage. Okay. Plus 5 plus 3, that's another 13 damage.
Another 13, 26. And there was no extra damage on that, correct?
Maximum damage.
Oh, maximum damage. No, it would have been maximum.
Oh,
not-
then in that case, it would have been 16.
16. So 3. Okay. Understood. He is...
So 29 total.
Got it. Yep. I'm tracking. Anything else, Mattias?
Nope.
Okay, it is...
Other than that, I'm just keeping everyone around me within my defense fighting style as best I can.
Understood. Understood. So they're at disadvantage to attack you, if you will. Correct? That's what it is?
Everyone around me.
Okay.
If
The two on...
them have a disadvantage. I don't know if that applies to me.
No, it's just
just them? Okay. Okay, this guy pushes forward into there. They're kind of 3 across is about the max you're going to get in there. And these guys are going to assist them to try and push their brethren forward. This guy, I think
he was pinned to the ground.
Oh, he's pinned to the ground?
Yeah,
Oh, he's toast.
Yeah, I think
he's been barbecuing for a while.
He's barbecued. He's just toast. We'll just take him out of there and put a dead body in there for right now. Okay. Those two right there. Their brethren pushing them and then pushing their halberds into the troops in front of them. I need somebody to run those troops for Reiner. It's going to be very challenging for him to do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Remotely. Okay, so there's one of the troops there with the orange ring on him. He's wounded. Hey, swing miserable. What's an 11? I'm sure it doesn't hit them. What's their armor class?
15.
15, not a chance in heck. And then his second attack, he pulls back and he shoves forward an 18. He jams his halberd into that trooper, and for a whopping maximum 15 points of damage on him. On that one
points.
on the far closest to the wall.
This guy.
Nope, the one closest to the
Closest to the
wall.
wall?
Yep, right there.
All right.
Okay, and then on the other guy, on the other outside, a 23. I'm sure that's a hit, and a 22. Good rolls for him. So that guy takes 14, and the guy on the outside takes 24 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Okay. And now on Mattias, the one on Mattias does not have.
Just so you know, if the one that was just hit was an unwounded swordsman, that was Klaus.
No, it is not an unwounded. I don't know where Klaus is, to be honest with you.
You're most likely hiding.
Is that where he is? Where is he?
Is that him in the middle? With the
Well,
different
okay,
hat?
wait.
No, Klaus is against the wall. He took
He's
the
right
first
here.
damage. Klaus is wounded.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Right.
He's the guy I pushed past to stab.
Yeah, you stabbed around.
Yes.
I would better say that these guys are in
Push
red.
past him with your dagger.
You lost your chance.
Or did I?
Okay.
Okay, so how much damage do I take?
I'm sorry?
How much damage do I take?
Well, I don't know. I haven't attacked you yet. But it's, he's. Wrong guy.
Artery. It's just hemorrhaging right now.
Not dirty 20. Critical card, please.
Just went by with an
And
extremely sharp dagger. Nicked it.
and a
Maximum damage.
and a 14. I'm sure the 14 does not hit. Maximum damage. So, okay. You take 15 points of slashing damage, and I think
All right.
that is everybody on the opponent. That is the. Oh wait a minute. Okay, over here. They're loading away, and Zyman, you are up, followed by Kartra, then Balder.
I will launch a firebolt at the catapult again.
You can see it's getting foggy. It's getting harder and harder to see, but you can see some of the flames licking over there.
And I ignore half and
Yes, you
three-quarters
do.
cover with spell.
Yes, indeed.
Natural 20!
Yes. Pull it critical. It's, I guess, it could do more
Instant
damage.
death.
Maximum damage.
There you
dead.
go. There you go. It's better than nothing, right?
Maximum damage
16.
would be no, 20.
Oh, D10.
Yeah. 20 points of damage.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice.
And more flamage. And now the archers. To the band!
It's nice when you can get 20 points of damage on a cantrip, right?
Yes, it is.
North was here to do 45.
18 is the highest. Does that hit? Probably not.
18. Now our arrows ching, 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 ching. You can hear them clinking off the armor
Nothing
as
there.
they're making contact, but some are just not penetrating. And they're having a tough time at the angle, just shooting straight down. Some
One
of them.
of the guys from across the river hit.
Whoosh.
6 points of
Who did he
damage.
hit?
They'd probably hit that guy.
That guy right over there. Okay.
And I have 2 more on the other side. A 20 and a 23.
Both pierce. You hear screams of pain.
17 points of damage on the same guy.
Same guy. Ow. Ow. He's yellow. You can change him to orange, please. 17 more, correct? 17.
And that is everything for Zyman and the archers.
Okay. Awesome. That is Zyman. Kartra, you are up.
All right. I am going. The first thing I'm going to do is Kartra directs her healing aura over Mattias and tries to heal some of the damage that he's taking.
I imagine it's a little bit.
15 points.
Not bad.
He's healed.
Nice.
So you went down 15, he came back up 15.
Hey,
Thaddeus, 15 points. Back to you. You got healed.
Okay.
Then the hammer comes zooming in around and just decides to slam into that guy there. Let's see. Nah. He only got a 13.
No, you can feel the hammer, the spiritual hammer, kind of
gonna miss. And then
resonate back through it. And
last, she will try to drop some sacred flame on him. He's got to make a dex save.
A dex save. What's a DC?
17.
DC 17. And he rolls a 6 plus 2 and 8. He fails.
Oh, 8 points of damage. Sizzle.
Yes, he's taking a lot this round. He's taking 31 points this round. Anything else, Kartra?
Yeah, she's going to start directing some guys to come up here because these two don't look going to last very long. Hold the line! I don't know who this guy is, but hold the line! Hold the Lord!
Okay. That's Kartra and Balder, you are up.
But when do the soldiers
Where is Balder?
I put myself right there.
Okay, there you are.
The guy
I'm like,
with
where the
the
heck is he?
The guy with the
Balder
red ring
wades back into the
by
battle.
the wall. That's our guy, right?
That's our guy, yeah. That's,
I want to squeeze up by him.
That's not Klaus, is it?
Yeah, Klaus is red.
Klaus
Klaus is
dying.
red?
Yeah.
The Raven Bearer has
So
joined
I'm gonna
the
go.
battle.
I'm gonna go in front of Klaus to protect him, and I'm gonna attack the guy at the yellow ring.
Okay,
That's
you
my plan.
push past Klaus and just kind of like shove these people back a little ways, if you would.
Him back a little.
Yeah.
Him back a little.
Into the thick of it.
He's gonna take an opportunity attack at Klaus, and he misses badly. Okay.
Poor Klaus. We got a 20.
A dirty 20. It hits. Whoosh, your hammer slams into him.
We've got 6 plus 7 makes 13. So 18 damage to him.
18 damage.
And then.
No, he's at full health.
And then 11 to the guy who hasn't been hit yet. That's with Matias.
He was hit. It just
Oh,
you
okay.
could put a yellow ring on that middle guy. He was hit. 11 to him.
Yes.
We didn't. He was hit. This is the first time he was hit.
Let's
this round.
try again.
Okay.
Come on, pull back up for another swing. No. Natural 1.
Natural 1. Fumble card.
No. You hit Klaus and killed him.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Baldric gets mad.
Hit ally.
I hit
half
Klaus.
Ah.
I hit Klaus.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, Klaus. 4, 5, 6, Mattias. Those are the two closest to you there. So roll a d6, sir.
Oh, I don't want to hit Matias.
Well,
5.
5, Mattias. You hit Mattias.
All right. And he takes a whopping 9 damage half.
He takes what?
9 damage half.
You take 9 damage to your head.
In half.
Oh, in half. Oh, I'm sorry, halved. You take 4
He
points
ducked.
of damage.
Baldric just healed him.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
I just did like the cartoon, like 360 spin, like he ducked under and I went, whoa.
Oh, anything else, Balder?
That is it. I'm gonna stay right where I am.
Change the round. Aldrich, you are up.
Aldrich again is going to push forward, going to occupy the space between Balder and Klaus.
Yeah, it's really,
Really
really
thick in there,
narrow in there. I'm going to say you're going to have
Sorry.
disadvantage on your attack. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect timing. Perfect
So
timing.
regular then because the sneak attack.
Okay,
is
sounds good.
Very thick.
So that's why.
Yeah, I mean,
Matias,
it's like
there's so many
you're
people
like,
there.
you've got like 4, almost 3 arguably trying to jam 4 people across a narrow pass. It's pretty tight. I mean, you can make your attack. It'll be disadvantage, so advantage and straight up, if that makes sense.
Got a hand crossbow?
No.
What are you thinking?
I want to stick Klaus in the back.
Oh, it's up to you, dude.
I don't know how tight it is in there if I'm going to be seen.
It's dark, it's foggy, it's raining. I think people are focusing on the enemy. That's up, but that's up to you. Roll, if you do, roll a stealth check.
I was just saying before, if your blade's sharp enough, you won't even feel that you did it. He'll just be bleeding out. I have no idea.
Poor Klaus. 22 stealth.
Okay. I don't think he has a chance of noticing you, or he doesn't appear to be focused on the battle. Gosh forbid he does that.
It's a 19.
19 points of damage?
No, 19 to hit.
Yes, I think it does. I think he's AC 15, correct?
That's right.
Klaus.
What are you doing to Klaus?
You're not gonna kill him. You're gonna terrorize. Beat the piss out
Sneak
of
attack.
For one thing,
Just for fun, I rolled my perception to see if I see
Can you
it.
hear me?
Yes.
11.
I didn't see it.
16.
for one thing, Klaus's AC is 17.
17, okay, but it's still hit though.
So that's
Okay,
19,
thank you, though.
19 plus 5 will be 24 points of damage.
That kills Klaus.
Knocks him unconscious? Just knock him.
Knock him down?
Yeah, knock him down. Make death saves for him at the start
And I
of the
looked around
round.
It was non-lethal damage.
Okay, he is down. Anything else on your turn, Alderic?
Sneaking back.
You realize you're sabotaging your own side,
Just
right?
Klaus. Just Klaus.
Yeah, no one knows he did it.
Hey, does Klaus have a 30 hit points or is that 50?
30.
30?
Everybody's up to 30.
All right.
He might have been higher level. I'm not.
You want to take a look at
He
this and
wants
double
higher.
check?
I think Klaus was. That's why he had a higher AC. I think his total was 50.
Then I don't think he's down because he had 22 hit points. I mean damage, and you did what? 24?
Yeah.
He's got 4 left.
4 left. You stabbed him.
He
You never
winces
lost
in
the-
pain.
Oh, yes. Rewind.
I do not understand what your thing is about Klaus.
Nobody really does.
Let's see what he's doing.
Have him roll a perception check, please.
Perception check. All right.
Should be disadvantaged.
Wisdom 0, so.
It's raining, it's
I
foggy.
don't think it's gonna.
Oh, he's got a 2.
I don't think it's gonna matter. Okay. Okay. Borinth is not here. Mattias, you are up.
All right.
So
So,
nothing.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do something. Oh my god.
I didn't.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't see anything.
I forgot the trebuchet.
if I'm correct, I have
I didn't even
one
do the other
guy who's
figures.
somewhat hinged in front of me, correct?
It's dark anyway, Boulder. Don't worry, I forgot to do stuff too. Anyway, so what is
You
it?
gotta remember.
I have one guy in front of me, one to my right.
You have one right in front of you, and really now one to your left. You have one
Just a
wounded in
reminder.
front of you and
It's
one
ready.
wounded to your left.
I'll
Yeah.
continue attacking the guy in front of me.
Okay, because they kind of pushed forward a little bit on your right-hand side, if that makes sense.
Lovely. Okay.
Your friendlies pushed forward. Your compatriots pushed forward.
Yeah.
I'm in your defensive bubble.
23 to hit.
A 23 hits you. Your sword finds a sweet spot in between
That's
the
another
plates.
13 damage.
13 points on that center guy. Okay, he's still up, but he's wincing in pain. You can change that center guy to orange, please.
Yeah.
You've got 2 more attacks.
Swing a hammer. You're just
A
doing
what?
this.
27 to hit.
27 hits again. Another hit.
Another 10 damage.
Okay.
I think I saw a little bit.
And
I think I saw a little bit.
So he's not down.
Is that the one with the
plus
guy who sounds
11,
like
that
got 4 hit
would
points
be 29 to hit.
29 hits. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You're just
And that's another 14 damage.
14 more. He's still up, but he's you can make him red if you want to try and put that on there. I'm not sure how much longer he's gonna last. Anything else, Mattias?
Nope.
Okay, that is
Oh,
Mattias.
wait. Does my protection battle stance extend to Klaus right now?
It did. I don't know if it mattered before.
Check it out.
I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think it. Well, you would have had advantage. It would have been straight up versus advantage on your attack. Would it? I don't think it would have mattered.
Because I had advantage, and then you took it off because of the.
But his protection status
Also
would have
another
also
disadvantage.
protected. Would have.
Do disadvantages stack?
No, it's just one. They just wipe each other out.
Right.
Rules as written.
Right.
So it would have been straight up. Was the other? Did you roll with advantage?
No.
Okay. So I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think it would have mattered at this point.
Understood.
But he's not dead yet, anyway.
Yeah, so I suspect that somebody's going to be trying to change that in the near future.
Okay.
Instead of doing anything
Yes,
useful.
your protection
That's
is
metagaming.
protecting him.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that. Fair enough. Yeah, you feel a sharp pain in your forehead. Okay, the enemy's up.
Psychic damage.
I wasn't speaking in character.
I know, but you don't know that it's going on. Okay, the guy on the inside wall attacking his real target is really just Balder right in front of him. He just got bashed
He's gonna
on.
have to live with this secret
Huh?
for the rest of his life.
And a 25.
I'll do shield.
Shield, whoosh. Okay, and then that's a miss. And over there, that guy on Mattias, his compatriot. Let me see, what is this guy doing? He's gonna push this guy into Actually, no, he'll push him into that guy over there. So that guy's gonna be straight up on Mattias, and a 23. I think that hits.
Yep.
And for measly 8 points of damage, and then he attacks again for a 14, and his halberd chinks against his armor, and then he takes the butt of his halberd, which Tom keeps forgetting to do, and bangs away at you for an 18, and I think that misses as well. That one guy on the inside takes the butt of his halberd and he swings away at Balder with it, and Balder, your shield is up, so a 21 wouldn't connect. Okay, and then on the outside, that guy over against the trooper who's closest to the water, he will try and, you know what he's going to do? He's going to try and he's going to use, and he's going to take one attack first. Hey, fumble, please. And
Good.
distracted. The attacker becomes distracted. He loses focus. And any attack rolls against him. Okay, so much for that plan. And
Sees his reflection in the river.
okay, that is
I look pretty good in this armor.
them. Okay, and okay, that is the bad guys. Simon, you are up.
All right, another firebolt at the catapult. And that's a 27 to hit.
A 27 hits.
14 points of fire damage.
14 more.
Starting to pile up over there.
The archers aiming down. Those two will miss. That one will hit with a 23. 9 points of damage. I gotta try. I still can't get it in the tray. Let's say 9 points of damage to that guy in the yellow first.
Okay.
And then I got 2 more archers up there. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
And the other one will hit as well. Critical card. Triple. Double damage head.
Ah!
So nice. 8, 9, 18 points of damage.
To which one?
That same guy with the yellow.
18 points.
And a DC 15 con or be stunned.
You said 18 points.
Yep.
The arrow goes into his head and he collapses. He drops.
This one?
No, it was this guy right
That
here.
guy. And the guy right behind him
He's
takes
definitely stunned.
7 points of damage.
Yeah. Whoosh. And the guy behind him takes 7 points, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
And now the guy's across the river.
I like to imagine
Oh, he's not looking good
like
either.
whizzed by my ear.
Nice, those will both hit.
Did that archer get a lucky shot, or does he know what he's doing? Just like flew by my ear, killed him.
2 arrows hit this guy for a total of 17 points of damage.
Ouch! Oh, these guys are doing good this round.
Good rolls this round. And the last 2 will both miss.
Okay, which one was that one?
The orange in the front.
Okay, got it. 17, got it. Understood. That's it?
That is all.
That is Diamond. Karcher, you are up.
What about these guys? These warriors? Do they do anything? Where do they go?
On your turn.
On my turn. Okay. Well, we'll start with them.
Your guys' turn. Yeah.
If he takes a disengage action, that means he doesn't get an attack of opportunity against him?
That is correct.
He is going to disengage and pull back. This guy to come forward. I don't know what he does, but he's going to try something. He's the banner guy. Okay. 20. Is that enough?
A 20 hits. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever he's using, halberd, axe, whatever he's got in his hand, it looks like a mace.
Flag.
A flag. He jabs him with the end of the flag.
This land as
He was part of the color.
9 points of damage.
9
Slams it into him.
points.
just spinning it.
9 points. The guy is teetering, but still up.
All right. Klaus is going to. I guess he can take second wind and kind of recover. Is that how that works?
Sure.
He'll take a second wind and try to recover some of his health there. 11 points. Cool.
And that's a bonus. He can still do stuff.
All right.
Yeah, he still gets around in action.
Okay. Well, in that case, he is going to. He'll just try to get in over here and try to hit this guy.
Okay.
Go for it, Klaus. 19?
19 hits.
All right.
It just connects.
Nice.
Klaus's sword finds a spot.
He does 8 points of
And
damage.
that guy was wounded and he goes down. Klaus kills him.
Yes.
What do we got? Three to go?
Yep.
Hopefully.
I think that's all the guys that can do anything right now.
Or more.
Don't jinx it.
So Karcher is going to once again
Now you have to roll.
throw her healing on Mattias again because he got beamed by friendly fire.
Thanks.
15 again for you.
Many thanks again.
She will try to have this hammer come flying around the side here and try to clobber that guy from behind. No. 11.
A hammer just swoosh.
And then she'll try to throw down some flames on him. So
On which guy?
that guy, the one
That guy right there, a dex save, correct?
Yep.
And, miserable. 4.
Right, let's burn. 12.
12 points of damage to him.
So radiant.
Okay. Okay, anything else, Kartra?
Yeah, I guess we'll try this guy back this way. I guess we're gonna have to get these guys to come up a little bit.
How'd they get so hurt back there? What happened?
They got hurt.
Fireball.
We
They
pulled
threw a
them back.
fireball.
Gotcha.
All right, that looks good.
Karcher healed them with
Okay.
Gave them back a whole bunch of
All right.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's Kartra. Baldur, you are up.
All right, we will start with the ballista.
The ballista.
Get to the ballista. No. 9. Not gonna hit.
Whoosh. This massive bolt goes tearing through the air. Whoosh. You can feel the wind from it.
And then we will do. I will attack the red one in front of Matthias.
Okay.
We got natural 20.
Natural 20. Critical card.
Triple damage leg.
Whoosh.
Uh-oh.
I think he took it off.
There might not be a leg left.
We got 15 damage, so what's that, 45?
45.
45
Just
points.
take him out.
Just take him out. He is so gone. Whoosh.
dislocated his leg.
Yeah, just tore him right apart.
His
at
leg
the
goes flying
legs.
into the river.
Just so he's aware, he's immobilized.
There you go. Okay, duly noted.
I would say he is, yes.
Duly
And
noted.
then 10 damage to the orange guy.
10
Orange
more.
ring.
Understood.
And I am going to attack him.
Attack!
No.
No. Okay. Anything else,
You
Boulder?
can kind of. I guess you can kind of move me up to the orange guy just a little closer.
Okay,
but
sounds
that's
good.
It. Oh, that's it.
Okay, that's Boulder. We're at the top of the round 7, I guess. Aldrich, you are up.
Okay.
Poor Klaus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Standing
Is he
behind.
attacking Klaus
No.
again?
No.
Behind Balder and next to Matthias, I will take a crossbow shot at the dude. No, the dude with the orange.
Understood.
Who is he attacking?
None of your business. You know nothing. 17.
A 17. Whoosh, the crossbow bolt chings against his armor and flies off.
Right, that's all I got.
Okay, that's Aldrich. Borinth is not here. Matthias, you are up. You've got one to your immediate left front. Just turn him toward that guy. You really only have one target at the moment. And
Okay.
without
I will
pushing
make a
Balder
couple
out of the
swings at
way.
him.
Okay.
Matthias, the rapidly, who is rapidly becoming a human blender.
It's too late.
26.
A 26 hits.
Okay, and for damage, 17. No, wait, no, not 17, 14.
Okay. Whoosh, your sword cuts into the plate. You can see bits of plate armor coming off.
Second attack, 21.
21 hits as well. You just drag your sword back across the armor, scraping through flesh.
11 damage.
Okay.
And then third attack, 28.
Oh my gosh. Whoosh. You cut into him. Yep, you hit.
Another 14 damage.
Wow. So 14, 11, and 14.
You wait for my third attack.
39,
What do you got? 1 more level?
39, 60,
A couple more sessions.
69.
Does Borin get 3 attacks now?
What?
Borin gets 3 attacks.
Ooh, he's just
he 11?
barely
I
standing.
thought he was.
Oh no, he gets
Anything
it 'cause
else?
of raging.
And I don't have any other actions.
Okay, that's Matthias, the opponent.
If I could, I would just punch him to take out the last of his health.
He's only got 2 hit points, but
My pop stand.
oh well, he's gonna go down fighting. He attacks away at you, and dirty 20. I mean, natural 20 and a 19. I think the 19 is a miss.
19 misses.
Maximum damage to your leg. You lose 10 feet off your movement. So you take 15 points of slashing damage and take 10 feet off your movement.
Faster.
My health is just pinballing.
You need to be cured by some kind of magical healing.
If only we had something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Just leave that out where in case some needs to reference it. And then the other one on Balder, a futile endeavor, but he goes ahead and swings away anyway. Not a chance in heck. Okay. And
I just laugh it off.
yeah, you just laugh. Okay, these guys see this ball, these flaming balls come flying at them, and the catapult. You hear the stretching of rope, and the catapult goes slamming in, and it goes 4 inches off in this direction. You see this. It explode over there.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Okay, that is the
Way to beat a
opponent.
dead horse, huh?
Simon, you're up. Yes.
All right, another blast of fire bolt at the catapult. A 13.
A 13. Ching, you see it fly off, and it doesn't seem to hit.
Okay.
Oop, wrong one.
The archer.
Why don't you misty step over the top?
I don't have that spell. Ooh, 1 natural 20 for the archers.
Awesome.
And then does an 18 hit?
An 18 does not. It chinks against the armor and
Lost eye.
which the guy? Which one? Doesn't matter. That one right
The
there.
guy in the orange.
Okay.
Causes maximum damage,
twice.
so that's 9 points of damage.
Whoosh! And he collapses in a pool of blood.
Yes.
Okay.
Was Let those archers finish off that
last
last guy.
2 archers up there. One will hit.
Alright, kill that last guy.
It's 8 points of damage on that guy with the red circle.
I think he had 2 points.
Yeah, I think that should do it for him.
Whoosh, and that's it. And he goes down. We'll finish up the round here. Anything else, Mattia? Correction, Simon.
No, that's all anybody can do. Nothing to aim
Okay,
at.
Kartra, what are you doing?
Let's see. I will. Oh, there's nobody left to kill. I will heal.
Klaus.
I will heal Mattias again.
You heal Mattias.
Once again, just keeping the focus on him. You know, noticing his leg is like gimping. 13 points.
Okay. How much?
13.
Right.
Understood.
And I guess that counts for healing for him for his.
Yes, it would heal your movement issue. Your leg feels much better all of a sudden. Anything else, Kartra?
Many thanks.
I will pull these guys back as we need to heal them. Trying to get them back this way. Let's try to.
Don't forget Klaus.
Oh yeah, Klaus, get your butt over there.
Klaus is retreating. I see it.
I knew it this whole time.
There you go. Coward.
Try to form up a line over here.
Coward. Okay.
What is the German word for coward? I'll have to look that up.
Alright, so we're kind of reforming the line here.
Understood. You're reforming the line.
As best we can.
Balder, you are up. What are you doing?
I guess I'm collecting eyeballs.
Okay, it is dark. It is raining. You're going around. Roll
Everywhere I put my hand,
percentile
there's a
die.
person, so we should be alright.
Roll some percentile die for me.
We're out of combat, right?
Yeah, you're gonna say you are for now. Yep.
If 18 seconds past the wall of fire goes
Yeah,
by.
easily 18 seconds will pass.
We got an 86.
86. Let me just.
You got a lot of paraphernalia over there.
The cart's not mine. The cart belongs to
You find 10 of the eyeballs in reasonably good shape.
You find one with an arrow.
Yeah.
Right through it.
Okay.
That one I had to throw away.
And you're out there scooping them out. Some time passes. You can hear them like drag. It sounds like they're dragging the catapult back, and you can hear water splashing and some yelling across the river and so forth. As these horse carcasses are still there. This one's there. What do you do with it? Do you drag it back with the others?
Is he dead or alive?
He's alive.
I think he probably ran down the road.
Okay, he ran down the road. Understood. Okay, he would have run.
Sack is getting a little full.
Hmm?
My sack of eyeballs is getting a little full.
That's not what I heard.
These dead, these are knights or just heavily armored footmen type? Or
They appear to be knights.
Could I try to inspect and see if I see any signs of heraldry or anything?
Yes, you do see lots of signs of heraldry on all of them. They're all somewhat different.
Anything I would recognize or...
Roll an investigation check with disadvantage.
21.
21. You recognize some of them from Italy, in fact, from down in Venice. If somebody could let him in.
Can I remove some of those?
Yeah, there would be like an emblaze. You find something like a small crest on them, and you remove it.
Okay.
And you take it. Just make a note of it. You have a Venetian crest of a knight. The others you don't recognize, but you suspect that they're probably from somewhere up in some of the provinces north of the Alps. Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
I got 4 more turns of healing before the aura dissipates, so I'd like to do that.
Sure, go for it. Do it up.
You don't know anybody's hit points, though. How damaged are you?
30-ish.
Oh.
All right, I'll give you some. Hey, buddy.
I definitely can use some.
13 for you.
All right.
How about you?
What's up, Brian?
If you're given, yeah, I could go.
Yeah. 8 for you. You hurt?
I like feeling the warmth, but I'm not hurt.
Okay. Thaddeus, I'll throw another one on you.
I like that radiant glow.
15 for you again.
I feel a little selfish taking
I'll throw one more on you.
You just let him heal you because you're like addicted to it.
I feel so good.
I didn't get
You got
hit
another
once,
9.
You look fine. Are you sure you're hurt? Yeah. Yeah, I'm really hurt.
Coming up to him every couple minutes. Come on, man, you got any more heal?
I gave you 15 again.
Come on, man. Come on.
So I don't know what your thing is, but and I give you another 9.
Yep, I got it. Thank you.
So.
What do you got for me?
You weren't around. You were taking a leak while everyone was
The
kicking
only thing I
butt.
want to do is I want to get some of these soldiers
I'm
right
in a
here,
much better place than I was a
and we're gonna
couple minutes ago.
we're gonna loot the bodies for resources,
Hey, Tom,
arrows.
I'm also going to
anything
try to
we can
gather
use
some
to
more
farm back
leeches
up.
down there if I can find any.
Okay. Go down to the water. Roll it. Do give me an acrobatics check, and then give me an investigation check with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to help you. Acrobatics.
Oh, it didn't help me.
Water.
16.
A 16 on the acrobatics.
Yeah.
You're having a tough time, but you manage to hold your footing, sliding down the embankment down toward the water's edge. It's dark. You're using your night vision. You're glancing around in the mud. You take your gauntleted hand and dig it in. Roll an investigation check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Let's see what we can find.
What you looking for?
Leeches for healing.
Oh, nice.
I got 6.
You don't find any this time around. You spend a while digging around in there. Probably another 20-ish or so, 30 minutes go by. Okay, what were you doing, Balder?
I was gonna have the front line kind of help me clean up the area.
Okay.
Kind of get any resources we can salvage, arrows, things like that.
Well, they don't have any arrows, but you find
move the bodies
6
around.
halberds. You find.
Well, I mean, pull arrows out of them.
Oh, okay. They managed to pull arrows.
Just
I don't really
rearm
keep track.
ourselves.
The troops collect up arrows, run them up to the top of the hill to replenish some of the arrows for the archers up top. You rummage through the bodies and you find 163 gold pieces and 669 silver pieces. If anybody's keeping track.
I will write it down.
I mean, it depends on how we want to split that.
There you go. I'll let you guys fight that out. Oh, on that note, you are watching the Carpathian Adventure on 7-Sided Die, and we will be right back.
Right back.
Welcome back. You're watching
trying to
the
get some leeches,
Carpathian
but
Adventure on
it's not gonna be
7-Sided
much.
Die.
I'm
The
just waiting.
party is in the midst of a lull, rather a lull in between waves of the enemy coming
hit you
at
with that
them.
level 4 cure.
And we rejoin them in progress. Welcome, Brian.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Internet. Good.
Awesome. What's going around the table? Jess, how many hit points you at?
84 under 84.
Ooh, never get touched. Ryan, what are you at?
I picked a good spot to be this entire fight.
93.
93. Joe, what are you at?
Yes, thanks to Katra, I'm up to 60.
60. Dennis, what is...
Thanks to Carter, Trucker's at 92.
92. You've been at 90. Okay. Brian, what are you at?
Thanks to no one, I'm at 55.
55. How many frenzied rages have you used?
I can only use one.
Oh, okay. You use one frenzied rage. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't.
So just remember, you got one exhaustion. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, Reiner, what hit points are you at?
Heal exhaustion? Or no?
I'm at 91.
91. Understood. Okay. We
Less restoration, maybe?
The enemy doesn't seem to be attacking right at the moment. There seems to be a lull in things. What are you doing? You're reorganizing the troops over there. The archers are up on top. I assume they're probably going to reposition themselves to watch the trail.
Borinth comes out of the woods and like, sorry guys, I had to do number 2. What did I miss?
It's all that unicorn.
You missed a lot.
Well,
Damn it, Tringer.
not much. The enemy is dead, but aside from that, not much.
Okay. Well, the enemy I left back there is dead too. Killed it.
Nah.
I'm going to gather the
Tell whether
group.
that's supposed to have a double meaning or
And-
not. Frankly, I'm not supposed to know.
I'm going to suggest to Matthias and anybody else who's around, perhaps it'd be a good time to maybe scout ahead and perhaps try to find the command camp of this army.
Is the catapult
Excellent
still
idea.
active?
Thank you for
Pull back.
volunteering.
I'll go.
I think
Me and Klaus
I
are
came
there.
close to destroying it.
Can we get across the river? Can we find it?
Considering everything you've been saying since this entire affair began, I think it'd be best if it was you and someone else.
No, because
I just naively say, Klaus, take a man and go with him.
the castle of the keep, Verna, yeah, did suggest that maybe we could try diplomacy at least to stall. Maybe
Perhaps.
our mage is clearly exhausted.
Why don't we send the Raven out?
True.
And our
send the
cleric, I don't know how
Raven
much
out?
healing he's got left.
You
but,
send a raven with a little note on it? Drop the
No,
note.
just send the Raven out to see
Very,
what.
very well. I
what
can
we
see
can
where
see.
you're going with this.
Oh, okay.
At the very least,
Well,
we could probably get a little rest out of this.
Oh, you know what it is?
Are you willing to stay here with the
Can't
men?
see.
Of course.
Yeah, it doesn't have blind
Simon,
sight.
you do the same. Kartra, you as well. Borinth, are you willing to accompany me and Sir Aldrich on the journey to meet to deliver our
Ultimatum?
parley to the enemy camp?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go.
He only says yes because he doesn't know what parlay means.
Does it partay? Get fed?
Did he say partay?
We're going to offer them peace in exchange for us not killing them anymore.
I mean, I could
than we already
use
have.
I could use a little bit of rest before we do something like that, but
I agree.
Or perhaps we could rest once we're there.
Yeah, maybe they'll give you a place to sleep.
oh yeah,
Do you enjoy sleeping with the
just
enemy?
slaughtered all there. Yeah.
I'll see anybody.
Don't you offer your guests shelter?
It would be nice to know if we are gonna, get till the morning, or if they're gonna wait till next nightfall, or it'd be nice to know if we can
Yeah,
get
so-
a 24-hour rest.
I would scout ahead and see what it looks like they're planning, and if it looks like they're not going to attack tonight,
Matthias,
we can
isn't
take
it?
advantage.
Isn't
Yeah,
there
I'll-
some
I'll
type
go
of?
with you, Matthias.
Isn't there some type of gentleman code to give parlay to those seeking diplomacy?
Strictly speaking, if I recall, according to the lessons my tutors delivered me, I believe that technically it is unofficially recognized amongst those who subscribe to the code of chivalry that those who seek parley must be treated with due courtesy. However, there are cases in which people will just ignore it, and
Not
I
us
don't
though.
know
We're
exactly what the situation will be when
on
we
the
get
level.
Is there any way I could heal up a little bit before I go?
Yeah.
You must understand,
I got
chivalry
Without
is
spells.
essentially always on the honor
Not gonna do
system.
much.
Potion?
When nobody else is
Not gonna
looking,
do much.
here.
People are just thinking.
You want to greater?
Oh, you're.
They can do anything.
I hope.
Dude, otherwise I'll give you a level 4
What is the
cure
greater?
wound.
4d4 plus 4.
44 plus 4. I mean, I'll do it. I'll take it. And yeah, save your spells.
Alright.
Save your spells. Alright, I'm gonna take a health potion, and I'll go with you, Marius.
All right.
Do you want me to go with you too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Let's take the cleric with us, too.
Very well.
Yeah. I think that'll be good.
Boulder, Simon, you're both comfortable remaining behind the front line.
Yes, sir.
Balder.
We're already playing catch with a firebolt.
Direct some of the men to go down there and dig up as many leeches as they can find, and I'll see what I can do when I get back.
Alright. Yeah.
Keep an eye on Klaus too.
I'll send the men that I watched in battle that weren't doing that well. They're the ones getting muddy to go find leeches.
Okay.
I'll like hand pick the ones that didn't really do that much.
Okay. I mean, most of them were trying to help and so forth, but they're like, they realize that this is the moment to make or break. You have a,
sure. I'm at 66.
So, understood. Thank you. So they go down and they carefully rummage around down there. I'll get back to how they do in a little bit. So some time passes. You do take a rest, or you don't take a rest.
Well,
I mean,
a rest
break.
is 24 hours. I mean,
Yeah,
for
we'll
a short rest.
Well, I will close my eyes. We will take sorted watches on the top just to see if anybody's coming down.
Yeah, I mean,
there.
I guess as far as a rest is concerned, we're essentially we're not doing anything
Okay.
strenuous.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I don't know how long you guys.
But
will
we're
be
not
gone.
taking a 24-hour break.
Okay. Okay. So
Unless
you.
we happen to
I
take
mean, we
a
don't really
24-hour
have
break.
we might not
unless
have the
that
opportunity
happens.
for an actual rest right now, mechanically.
At the exact 24-hour mark, we'll come looking for you guys if you don't come back.
Well, maybe we can at least.
Well, when I said that, I mean, how long do you wait after the battle occurred before you head down the road, if you were heading down the road? A couple minutes?
Yeah, I would say it's only like an hour.
I would
Okay.
go
We're
with
good. I
We're
understand.
doing other
Okay.
things, so I'm
Within
saying
an
about
hour.
Yeah. We took our
Yeah.
time. We armed back up. We cleaned
Yeah.
up some of the battlefield.
What
for
is,
the next wave.
what is the time of day?
It's
Still-
sometime. I mean, there's no clocks, but it's sometime between. You're guessing around 4 in the morning by this point. The sun
Pre-dawn.
probably will be coming up in a few hours.
Maybe they'll have breakfast for us.
One can only hope.
What time is sunup, would you say?
It's about just after 5. Between 5 and 5:30.
Should we wait till sunup?
Well, I would say it's better to go now.
I would think that it's
I-
better to not
Well,
be sneaking around or walking up there in
It's
the middle of the
definitely
night.
better to be
and-
sneaking around, and then
But we're not trying to sneak around. We're literally going
you're
to them
doing
to talk
that.
to them.
You're doing that first.
I would just go before another wave starts.
You're
coming
sneaking
down.
around first to see what
He's
you
gonna.
see.
He in full armor. He's gonna go sneaking around.
You can take it off.
He's got his little kerchief he's waving. It's in peace, right?
Well, he's
But he
mainly
can
the one.
disappear
There's
at
nothing
will, right?
stealthy about
We
that.
should send Aldrich forward first.
Yeah, go first. Go.
His armor goes on in an action.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
has
he may not
magic.
want to be out on a battlefield
He
with
has
no
magic
armor
on.
walking on.
He's
you
walking
know?
around naked right now.
Right.
Please put your armor back on.
Not literally,
We do not want to parlay
but
with
in
you.
terms of combat
All right.
gear, I might as well be.
So why don't we send Aldrich out ahead of us, right? And then the remaining 3 of us will follow. We'll start to head out together at a slower pace, and we'll let Aldrich get ahead of us and scout it out.
It's a good plan. I like it.
I approve of this.
Whatever.
You walk on the trail. He dives in the bushes. And
Right. So get horses. We'll get our horses. Right. You, Mattias, you get your horse. Right.
Well, Matthias just snaps his fingers and his horse materializes next to him.
just
I
ride
snap
it.
my finger and then I yell at one of the guards, "Give me my horse!"
Well, if it's anything like the video games, it just runs past.
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
You can't get on it.
Yeah.
The benefits of divine blessings, my friend.
Alright,
The
so
benefits of divine blessings.
So we'll take we'll ride up. The 3 of us will ride up on a horse. Aldrich, you go ahead.
Okay, I'm going ahead.
I'll ride with you because I don't ride.
Oh, you don't ride? Okay, so 2 horses.
Okay. So Mattias is on his horse,
Yeah.
and
Surprisingly.
Yeah, and then just 1 horse. Yeah.
Got it.
and then
She's not dexterous enough nor skilled enough to ride
Maybe
a
a
horse.
horse.
Do you want to be my horse?
you want to be my horse. That sounds so wrong.
That's very wrong. See if
I
you
can't
get
find a
healed
little
next
one.
touch.
Is that it?
Where's Cartridge? She's over there.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
I mean, she
So
could probably
tiny.
It's
so tiny. Easily.
Okay.
Easily. Carter just has him up on her shoulders, just running.
You dwarves are natural sprinters. Okay, so I'm sneaking ahead.
Okay, you sneak ahead. You start to mark your way through the town. That building off to the right-hand side, you can see that it just burned right down to the ground. You can see that large cliff face just kind of arches away behind the town and off toward the east, and then turns toward the south itself. The town, the path, there's like one main path that it kind of winds through and then turns to the north as it winds through. There's a series of several buildings. Roll a stealth check, please, with advantage.
24.
At 24, you're moving in between the shadows of the buildings where you can, maybe in between the buildings themselves, and up from tree to tree, and up ahead in some, you feel like you're getting toward the edge of this small village that is about to come to an end. Beyond it, there's a large open fields that extend up to the further to the north, and then it extends up to a rise, and then probably about a quarter of a mile away-ish, you see on top of a rise what looks like a large army camp where they've put up makeshift towers, and they've put up what you would call freezes, if you will, stakes with going around, and they put up a makeshift, relatively quickly perimeter, not like a fortified location, but something that to make a camp slightly more defensive at night. It's kind of hard to make it out in the fog and so forth, but you can see lights, and they seem to have outposts out around it. At the edge of the buildings themselves, you can see that there are a few guards, like in one of the buildings. You glance over and you can make out a window, and there, leaning in one of the windows, is a guard just kind of looking out. And there's another one across on the other side of the road. And you pause for a moment and you listen, and you can hear what looks like conversations going on in each of those. And you can even make out the small light of probably a cooking fire in each of those two buildings on the edge of the town. That's where you are at the moment. What are you doing?
Was my plan to approach them or to call you guys when... Because I assume it's like an open field now. It's not really much more places for me to hide to go further forward.
Gonna have a let a piece of faster. So
Well, they're not with you right now,
Right.
so...
All right, I'll step out into the open. I'll take off my hood, and I'll signal. Parlay.
The guards in the two windows, you see them kind of jump back, and suddenly they shout to some of their troops inside, and some of them, they come out on either side, probably about 3 on either side come out, and you can see others, they seem to be donning their gear. And he's like, yeah? Who are you?
I am a agent of Herr Warner of the castle. He wishes me to speak with your regent. Is Leopold among you?
He turns toward one of the others, and he says, "Go signal, signal." And you can hear them chatting back and forth, and they say, "Somebody will be right down." They quickly scurry off toward. 2 guys go scurrying off toward the edge of the town, and you can see them glancing as they run toward into the fog, but you can still barely make them out, because once you get beyond the water itself, it's a little bit less fog up toward the hill and the rise, and you can see them running. They're going to be a few minutes.
I have my party is coming up through the road into the town. It'll be here shortly.
Yeah.
Who commands this portion of the army?
portion?
This army.
Well, it's King Leopold's army. If that's what you mean.
Leopold is here.
Well, he's not. He's up in the camp. Yeah. Our commander is gets better vice.
How far down the road?
A few
is
minutes
he?
later, I imagine that
I'm gonna.
Matias, Warren, and Karcher probably
Yep.
show up.
A few minutes later, and we'll just. You guys are much further up here, but for the purposes of argument, we're going to pretend there's some space in here, if you will. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I'm going to whisper
I'm
to
not
the
gonna have it.
guards before my companions come.
Format.
I have spoken with Klaus.
You whispered to these guards?
Yes.
They look at you strangely.
Klaus is known to me.
Spoken with Klaus. Ich verstehe nicht. I don't understand.
that would be so great.
He's like, yes, Klaus.
I don't understand. I don't
Z
understand.
Klaus? Like Z famous movie Klaus?
Klaus.
I watch every one of his movies. Little Klausy goes to war.
I love the three.
And here comes my retinue of retainers.
Yeah, they see the lot of you coming, Mattias, Borinth, and Kartra, and you're kind of an intimidating looking bunch, and they do their best to look prepared, if you will. They're like, the commander will be here shortly.
Hail and well met.
Yeah, hell and well that.
I may or may not have taken some of the enemy's ears and stuck them into the bare claw nails that I'm hanging around my neck. Just to add to it a little bit.
Classy.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Maybe
you're still,
some fingers.
I'm sure you're still covered in their blood.
Yeah.
You guys in your body.
You say that in what language?
Common.
Well, there's no such thing as common. You say it in adventurers can't. He kind of understands, but you get the impression he doesn't really understand.
What are you trying to say?
What did you say about my mother?
What,
I'm asking if the representative will be here shortly.
Oh,
I
I'll
would
ask in
try
German.
Latin, but I'm not sure how well these men would understand it.
All right, I'll ask in German.
They'll be here momentarily. We sent runners to go get a commander.
They don't think it's
They'll be here soon, I think that was the big word. The moment. Something.
Momentarily.
Yeah, that one. They'll be here soon.
Yes, that means soon. Yes. Very well.
What do we do
There's
now?
not to do but wait.
A few minutes pass. A few minutes become more than a few minutes.
I look at the guards and I'm just nodding at them. Checking out their ears.
Off in the distance, you hear the sound of wheels of something rolling towards you. You look off into the distance, and Karcher, you see 60 feet into the darkness, but it doesn't.
Right.
And there's that gray haze of morning starting to come over everything as the sun is still below the horizon, but it's trying to desperately climb up and before sunrise. A time passes, and then you see two riders coming down the road, and behind them you see what appears to be a chariot coming behind them.
Can I, while they're gone, can I just move closer to Zyman and kind of send my raven over to keep an eye on him? Ooh,
chariot.
Sweet. Hey, it's him. Who's knocking nail?
Oh, chariot,
He's
though.
back.
You.
Is that who it is?
Yeah, the blue guy.
You move towards Zyman. You take a little bit of time and you climb up. It's probably more than 100 feet away, though. Is that the distance between you and where they are now? Does that make sense?
Yeah, if it takes a few turns for me to move close enough, I will.
Okay.
Like I'll
So
move down the channel a little bit.
You're going to have to come down this because
Yeah,
they're
No, I know.
not here. They're somewhere.
That's
over
what I meant when I said by Simon. I didn't mean up the hill or whatever.
Oh, okay. I think we misunderstood. I thought you meant. Okay, well, you could actually eventually walk
Well, that's what I
your
mean.
way
I know
up
that
toward
they're
these
technically over there.
guys. You can
So
walk
I'm
your
just
way all the
kinda-
way up to them. If you want.
Might as well just join us at this point.
It's up to
Okay,
you.
I'll just take care of it.
Or you can be further back. It's up
Well, I
to
don't
you.
know how
General
far.
Simon.
How far are they in there?
They're on the other
Through the
edge
village.
of town.
Yeah.
I guess I'll head
Go
over.
on to the village then.
Okay. Then you eventually
I'll just make my
catch
way
up.
over.
I just didn't feel like moving the map onto,
Yeah.
onto Jess's lap.
I'll jump off the horse and join the Raven Bearer.
You guys are taking forever. I was worried something happened.
That's because we're waiting for their representative.
Did you pick all the eyes already? Oh, so he got bored. He ran out of
I
eyes.
will never understand your fascination with eyeballs.
I ran out of eyeballs to gather, so I just got bored.
Hush, I hear a cart coming.
A cart
I suppose that must be their speaker.
You know him. We're on pretty good terms with him, right?
Now's the time, I suppose.
Right? We're on pretty good terms with him.
As far as good terms with a mercenary would be.
It's not bad.
He doesn't
I
not
didn't
like
think-
us.
I don't remember us being on bad terms.
No, we challenged them and they won and they parted ways.
Yeah, yeah.
A rider
I do
approaches.
think our old cleric called him a cheater, but
He's also not here. Slow down, Mattias.
Jeez, that is one fast horse.
How many horsepower?
A rider approaches.
There he is.
He's actually carrying a white flag with him. Off in the distance, you do recognize an individual with blue hair, blue armor, brandishing a hammer. And you recognize him as Good Snucks Neo.
Boris Snooks.
it's him.
Who?
Gooseneck.
Oh!
The Swede.
Oh,
Remember, I've been yelling about the Swede the whole time we've been here.
right. I didn't recognize him at first there.
I will
been a
yell out to
while.
him. In Icelandic, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can speak that.
Yeah. I will yell out to him. Kusnak Neo! We meet again!
He's good. Snucks Neo. Do I have the pleasure of meeting again?
It's Boulder!
Bored.
And Borinth!
Bored. And boring.
From Constantinopolis.
Ah, from Constantinople.
You beat us fair and square.
Yes, yes. Well, that was the greetings. It's interesting we're on the opposite sides again.
Seems that keeps happening.
Yes, yes. The gentleman in front, he sort of takes this all in, and he turns to the lot of you, trying to figure out, like, who, if anyone, is in charge. And he says, Du
I
hast,
suppose that I would be the head representative.
The big shiny guy.
du hast gut gekämpft, du kämpft gut. You fought well. You fight well.
As do your people.
Well, not that well, if you didn't notice.
I'm sorry?
They didn't fight that well, if you didn't notice.
Morinth, I am trying to be courteous.
Well, I'm just trying to be real. All right, continue. Sorry.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
Das ist gut. He breaks in. Once he realizes that some of you don't know German, he breaks into adventurer's camp. I am Baron Oberst von Unterhandler. And
I am Matthias. Bathory Matthias.
Baron
A Knight Baron of Hungary Carpathia.
That's that guy.
As in my status as a knight errant on at the whims of His Majesty Charles Robert, I am currently offering my services to Schloss Kyborg, and I have been invested with power to negotiate on their behalf in this particular matter.
What are you offering?
That is to be seen.
Mercy.
It's what brings? You're there with them? What brings a Carpathian? Our troops have been watching you. I mean, what brings a Carpathian knight, an Aragon lord, and a Lundberg heir to this insignificant village of Mortgarten?
Sheer luck.
Our business is our own, and our mission is ours to reveal to whom we will.
You appear to be mercenaries. We will pay.
We act in such a capacity at times when such circumstances are necessary. Yes. As I said, I am currently acting as a knight errant whilst on a mission abroad for His Majesty King Charles Robert.
Oh, I am sure that
My services are only mercenary in that I am allowed to align myself with whom I will, so long as my mission continues to be fulfilled.
If you are mercenaries, we will pay you to stand aside, or we will pay for your services. We can easily match whatever you've been offered, and for your services, and then you will help us.
If I were to make an offer, I have been asked by the master of Schloss Kaiborg to present you with the option to approach peacefully without any further conflict, no further resistance. In exchange, he would ask that your liege lord, and indeed your coalition, promise a certain degree of autonomy and self-determination in the future that they are currently lacking under the current leadership.
You're making demands already.
I am making offers. Demands would be assuming that there is no compromise involved.
I will take that back to Leopold, but I think at this point, as our troops arrive, we believe we will have the upper hand here shortly.
That may be so.
Barnes starts laughing out loud.
I'm glad I humor you.
You're a funny man.
I've been called many things,
Yes,
but funny is not one of them.
He's quite easily amused at times.
Well, I'm glad that I can amuse you.
What exactly is it that makes you laugh this time, my friend?
This funny little man thinks we're gonna let him pass.
What do you mean? I'm not asking to pass you.
Okay.
What is it? Oh, you're going to let our army?
Yes. Yeah, well, because, I mean, I don't see you doing much fighting yourself. So that would be your army I'm speaking of.
I see.
We could settle this right now.
Well, you must understand my comrade is somewhat more coarse than I.
We could settle this right now, right here.
And
I
how?
don't think it would be considered in good form, Boris. Though I admit it would be quite an interesting match to watch.
One-on-one?
Oh, I have no idea what you're saying.
What? And if I were to ask what terms might be agreeable under which Schloss Kaiborg would not face further aggression, what would they be? If you know.
They recognize that Leopold is the rightful representative of Frederick the Fair, and the king and the emperor have the right to impose taxes and determine what degree of autonomy is appropriate on their own, and those and such will not be dictated to them.
Tell me, have you received any word from your forces in the southwest?
long as we get the dagger, we can live.
I cannot speak to such things.
Your hesitation tells me that you have not.
I think we need to just speak to Leopold. This guy has no say in anything, apparently.
Whilst I do not wish to be rude to the man, I must admit I do not believe that we will be able to make any proper determinations regarding our course of action without having spoken to His Majesty now.
Wasting our time is pretty rude.
I don't mean to waste your time. You approached us and we're happy to listen. But so far what you're offering is basically that Leopold and Frederick would acquiesce to the demands of Kyburg when we have not laid siege to the Schloss. And if I were to take that back, I mean, I will pass along your offer, but I can't see how we would accept it. I mean, how would you, if you were the Lord, if you were Leopold's Lord and his Emperor, and you came back to him and said, we didn't siege it, but we gave them everything they wanted. Now, how would you react?
What I am offering is not merely an acquiescence. What I am offering is fealty. What I am offering is fealty in exchange for understanding and acknowledgement.
Well, if we acknowledge your concerns, we acknowledge that perhaps discussions should take place, but beyond that, they must swear fealty, and they must accept that the king has the right to impose taxes as he wishes.
Okay, so how about we do this, Mattias? How about we hold off a day? How about we hold off? Can we call like a ceasefire for some time, and we can go back and discuss with the lords of this castle, and you can go back and discuss with Leopold the Fair, or whatever he calls himself. I don't know.
King Leopold, representative of Friedrich the Fair.
Whatever. Oh, right. Okay, so you can go back and talk to him, and then we can have a 24-hour pause in the action, and we'll see where we come from there. Where we go from there.
Perhaps with a bit more direct input from the master of the Schloss, we might be able to come to a more agreeable settlement.
I think that Leopold might be receptive to a 24-hour pause. And I will discuss it with him, and then we will see you here tomorrow morning. Unless you are proposing something else.
No, I think that's good.
That is entirely within the realm of what we are proposing.
Very well.
I want to step up.
Yes, dear sir.
Hold on. I'm going to turn to my comrades. If he can promise us the spear, what?
He doesn't know anything about it.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't know anything about the spear. If he lets us take what we want from the castle, what mattered is it to us?
All we had to do was delay. We're delaying it another 24 hours.
But if we could end this conflict and get the
we are.
out of here.
We're delaying it.
We're only delaying it. We're not ending it.
He sees you arguing.
I think my friend
William,
Aldrich
you can speak to us directly.
I think he has an excellent idea. You can go with them as tribute.
No.
I think that's a...
I'm glad you all find this so comical. I mean, we're willing to...
Listen, like we said before, you assume we were mercenaries. We're not being paid to protect this castle. We're protecting the people.
Not being paid.
We're protecting the people in it. We don't want to see them harmed. So
well, we don't want to see the people harmed either.
We will take your offer back, and we will meet back here next morning. That's all we're interested in. We don't want to see these people hurt.
We are not being paid in gold.
Interesting. Well, then you're more noble than I thought you were.
Our reward.
Not all men determine their fortune entirely by the exchange of gold, sir.
Yeah. So.
And to be assumed, and if it were to be assumed that that were my only motivation in life, I would, unfortunately, take it as something of an insult.
Dear sir, no insult was intended. And I apologize if it came across as such.
Your apology is accepted and understood.
And
We will meet again tomorrow, 24 hours hence, and we shall deliver our understanding as to a more
roll a perception
precise possibility by which we might negotiate and possibly come to an agreement.
No, come on.
Is my understanding correct?
It's very correct. He turns to the individual who's with him, who nods, and then he says, "Very well. Then tomorrow morning, then." And he turns and he rides off.
Wear your shiny, pretty armor again.
And thank you. And he rides off. And then
that'll bother him.
Good knock Neo. And Boulder, good to see you again.
Come say hello. Come say hello.
I am hired by these.
How much are they paying you?
How much are they paying me?
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Why are you fighting on their side?
Because I'm a mercenary. You knew that in Constantinople.
So you would fight for the biggest offer. Tell us what they're paying you.
I'm not one to go down back on my word, but for the next few weeks, I'm paid 5,000 gold.
We could do that.
A worthy gift.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good work.
Well, it's just him. The 5,000 doesn't get an army.
Right, yeah, just him. Yeah. Well, where's your buddy? Where's your other friend?
Oh.
Is he with you too?
Norski
The little guy. Yeah.
Norski's back in camp.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell him we say hello.
I'm sure he's not the most friendly chap.
Yeah, I remember.
But he's good company.
Yeah.
So what's their plan here?
They're going to fight you if you don't acquiesce.
Well, what's the chances that we end this peacefully if we agreed to their terms?
If you agreed to their terms, I'm just a hired gun, but I suspect if you agreed to all their terms, it would end peacefully.
It's funny how they hired him to not do anything. Yeah, we didn't see you out there fighting.
Well, it hasn't come time yet.
Oh, they're saving you. They're saving it. That's interesting.
He just likes us to be softened up before he comes in.
or just like the arena.
Perhaps
we'll drink after this.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Those are good times.
Hopefully, yes, we can come to terms.
Those are good times. Wait, what was it? What was it in the arena? What was it like? Were there big cats? What was it? What did we fight in the arena? Weren't there like big cats or like tigers or something?
Lions.
Lions.
Yeah.
Lions. You remember the lions?
Yes.
We killed a lot of lions.
Yes, a lot of lions. And some of those lions turned into like lion men.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
The stories we could tell.
And you guys had a monk of sorts with you who ran away.
Yeah, they're always running away. You know? Listen, they're not all, they're not all cut out of stone like myself and Balder here.
Yes. Well, we're on an open battlefield. If it comes to that, you can shoot from the bleachers. Don't think I've forgotten.
Yeah, I remember. Hey, we all had some tricks up our sleeves.
Yes. You had a few more.
Yeah, well, hey, listen. We're still around. That's why we're still around.
I'm impressed. There's no
You
tavern.
speak as though you expected us to die in the interim time.
Well, you and I, you're Matthias of Battery.
Battery Matthias, correct.
Matthias, we're in a dangerous business. The risks are significantly higher.
I will admit that is true.
Yes.
What good is the money if you're just if you're out here fighting all the time? I'm curious.
I send a lot of it home.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't get to enjoy it.
But my family does.
True. For now, until these
For
armies
now.
until these armies
Yes.
continue to decide to move on through your home and
Ooh.
take away your homeland.
Well, perhaps we will.
But you know that's why we fight here, is to prevent that. We're trying to prevent the families that live here from being overrun by armies like this and mercenaries like this. You know, there's same family that you're sending your money home to. It's no different here.
Well, just like in Constantinople, I fought for the gold.
That
and
was
here
different.
I fight for the gold.
Constantinople was different.
These politics of these, it's well above me.
But it affects you. At some point, it will affect you. It affects
Perhaps.
us all.
Perhaps you're a bit too introspective for a
Maybe.
barbarian.
Maybe.
But
These are
very
my- these
well.
are my lands.
We
These
tell
are
him
the
that
lands
a
I
lot.
come from. These are
You're
my
a
lands I
pretty
come from.
introspective barbarian. Yes, indeed.
You just called me out on metagaming.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I thought what you were doing was cool.
From now on, he just goes, me boy.
Yeah. Me born smash shiny armor.
Oh my god. Okay. He said, well, I best get back with Oberst and his cleric until we meet again.
I hope I see you out here, one way or another. One
Sweet.
side or the other.
Sweet.
Well, yeah, it's Gurski. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's good. Good Nacht. Gurski is my cohort.
Yeah.
It's good Nacht.
May I accompany you back to your camp?
I'm not sure that's appropriate, but perhaps is there something you wish to discuss, or?
I wish to perhaps speak with your commander and learn of your culture. Not yours, but theirs.
You might have to be disarmed by the guards here. They'll take your weapons. You hand your weapons over
Yes,
to the guards. And they'll be here on your way back.
Klaus is
Oh,
going
and
to be
Aldrich.
Yeah.
Oh, and Aldrich,
Yes.
if you reveal anything about our battle plans, even under torture,
I don't even know our
you
battle
will
plans.
wish that you had died afterward.
Fireballs.
I don't either.
Nice. I like
Good-
Mattias when he's like that.
Good Snacknail says, I doubt they're going to torture him, Matthias.
Yes, well, I can
Now-
be too certain, considering the fact that I faced quite similar circumstances in Carpathia. But let's not get into that.
Before when I said we weren't mercenaries, I guess some of us are.
Moving on.
Yes, I remember you had a thing
Yeah.
with gold coming out of your buttocks from eyeballs or something like that.
You
I
remember?
don't remember all the details.
We have a lot of eyeballs that
pull
we
a
just
Loki.
collected.
Yes,
You
it's
should
a
see the
shame.
files back there.
It's a terrible. I'm not one of these nobles who hold a title or anything like that. But all of those poor sods out there, many of them did, and I don't think their families would appreciate their gouged out skulls. But that is one of the terrors of war. I guess.
There's just like
You could always say a crow came along
I didn't even think
and
of it that
chewed
way.
them out.
I didn't even think of it that way. That there's some kind of legend about this evil evil warrior who rips eyeballs.
Uh-huh.
I think that this particular horror of war
Like-
is unique to Balder and crows.
Like what, I gotta start asking around what the townspeople call me.
I wouldn't go too far with that. You might just want to tell them that perhaps crows or ravens came along and gouged them out. But that's up to you. It's a little beyond me to mention anything about that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It's courtesy among mercenaries, if you will.
Honestly, I hope to be sharing a beer tomorrow night.
Yes.
Agreed.
That would be good.
Agreed.
Beer.
Oh, there's a beard.
Beard. Very
It's
well.
a thing Norwegians do.
They share their
I
beards.
think the Baron referred to you as William. Accompany me, and we shall go.
See you later, William.
Right.
Goodbye, William. We will meet again soon, I'm sure.
Be sure to tell Klaus which side you're on.
Give Klaus my regards.
You are watching the Carpathian Adventure on Seven Sided Die, and we will be right back.
What?
You're watching the Carpathian Adventure on Seven Sided Die, and we rejoin the party in the village.
We don't know. We don't know he's
Mortskarten.
doing that. Undo.
Oh no!
Pretty
Okay,
pretty pious
so-
talk for a guy who was slaughtering innocents that were unarmed and.
What are you talking about?
Last week.
That Matias
I was
had
there.
for country.
Yes, he was.
No one should reach
he
the
killed
level
an
of
unarmed
respect
guy
that
on the ground.
Matias has for country.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't
That
count.
doesn't count.
Never
You
happen
said-
again. Look, you
put the
either
guy
have
out of his
honor or
misery.
you don't have
Put the
honor.
guy out of his misery. Come on.
All right. Either way, we don't know he's doing that. So reel it back in.
Yeah.
Just try and get us back on the track here. That's
All right. So till tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning.
To the castle.
So we'll turn around.
Okay, so the rest of you are turning around. You're with Gudsnakhneo. You're riding toward the camp, and or rather, or you're not on a mount. He offers a hand to you to up onto the chariot. You take it.
Yeah, sure.
You help him up, and he's like, "Yes, we didn't have a. I keep forgetting to put on Gudsnakneo's blue hair. He's got blue hair.
He's blue everything.
He's blue. He's blue. Yes.
Oh, good boy.
Why so sad?
Yes. So, what is it you wish to know with the Lord? By the way, not that it's any of my business.
I just hope to bring this conflict to a quick end.
Well, that would be That would be pleasant, wouldn't it?
Beneficial to all involved.
Yes, it would be pleasant to everybody involved.
Bloodshed is pointless and...
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I do make my living shedding some blood now and then. I don't do it for fun. I do it because it's my job.
I'm sure you're very good at it.
I've been reasonably successful. Me and my cohort. He's a little bit strange if you meet him.
I travel with some strange companions myself, I understand.
No. Well, I would ask that you not make fun of his lisp, because he takes it very personally, and it's a physical deformity that he has no control over, and we don't want to make fun of anyone's physical deformities now, do we?
Of course not.
Okie doke. With that said,
I haven't made fun of the blue hair yet, have I?
no.
See, so-
I was born like this. It was quite unusual. And so I figured I would have my armor this way too.
So they're not all like this where you come
drinking
from?
one of my potions.
They're not all like this where you come from?
Oh no.
Well, some of them are. My children's hair has not grown in yet. We're hoping it will be blue or something like the shade.
Your children are hairless.
I'm sorry. Yes, they are hairless. They look like bald mice. Yes.
What does your wife look like?
I don't even want to know.
Yes.
In Venice, the mice are usually wet from the canals.
Well, the children are pretty wet too. So.
They must smell better than the rats, though.
Oh yes, they have that that baby smell. You know, you ever sniffed a baby?
A BB?
A baby.
A BB?
Yes. Have you ever sniffed one? Like put one up to your nose and smelled it?
No, I don't do that.
It's got that baby smell.
That's frowned upon where I come from.
Yes. Well, it's okay with their babies. Okay. You ride up into the camp, and you go through what appears, it goes up onto a knoll. There's like a makeshift road. It's not a road per se as much as a trail that they've kind of hacked. Some guards pull aside some wooden gates. You can see the friezes. There's some towers just inside the friezes and a kind of a dirt berm that they've built up. And then you see a large encampment laid out in front of you with lots and lots and lots of tents. And then he is, you're wanting to speak with the Baron?
Yes.
Oh, very well. And he rides up toward one of the tents, not quite toward the center of the whole complex, but in that general area. And he pulls his chariot up. Several individuals come over and take the reins from him, and he says, "This one's with me." And he says, "Follow me." Yes?
Yes.
And he goes into the tent. And inside the tent, you see what looks like a small war room of sorts. There's actually kind of a globe of a dome inside, kind of a magical dome almost. And outside of that, there's several tables, makeshift camp tables with maps spread out on it. And there's other individuals inside that large globe. You go up to the individuals outside, and he says, this gentleman here, I think his name is William, wants to speak with the Baron, Oberst von Hundehändler again. Maybe he'll call back. I don't know.
I guess that's not my plan.
No, he's so mad. He's out.
It takes a few minutes. The Baron comes over. Yes, a pleasure to meet you again. I'm surprised so quickly. What may I do for you?
I would like to speak to you privately, absent of my companions. I feel that we can put an end to this conflict rather quickly.
I'm not sure that's possible, but very well. Let's walk outside then.
Well,
he walks outside with you. I'm listening.
You have a large force gathered, and undoubtedly more reinforcements to come. You've suffered great loss so far already with the opening salvos. But our position is not one that can be defensible for a long period of time. I can deliver you the castle.
You can?
I can.
I'm listening.
These are the terms. I must go back to my party and confirm this deal. I can provide you with secret entrance to the castle.
A secret entrance to the castle? I'm listening.
Sorry, my internet dropped out.
My companions and the civilians must be treated well and not harmed. And we must be in possession of certain regalia that is dear to my companions, which is housed in the keep.
I know not what you speak of, though
it is a sentimental
suspect
object.
you might. I might, but I think this might be possible. So there's a secret entrance into the keep that you would reveal to us, and then we would take possession of the keep without harming yourselves or
the innocents.
intentionally anyone else.
Indeed.
I cannot promise that there will be zero casualties.
It is
I mean,
understandable.
if somebody resists, and then we would take possession of it, and you want something from inside.
There is an item that we seek. It is dear to us. And we will not hinder you any further. Those are my terms. You are authorized to accept this.
Not myself, but I can take it to someone who could accept it. I think it's a very generous offer. Let me, Gusnakneo will escort you back to your camp, and tomorrow morning we'll come to you with the
I
answer.
must present this offer to my companions.
Well, we'll escort you back tonight.
If agreeable, I will return in the morning, and we will acknowledge.
I have to get approval myself, but it sounds very reasonable.
Shall I wait here while you get your approval?
No, that's not necessary. It's well, tomorrow morning will suffice. Nothing's going to change between now and then.
Very well.
And very well, yes. I think it's an interesting proposition.
And one other thing.
Well, I'm just curious why your compatriot said that you were not fighting for gold, or you were not mercenaries. Why would you give up the castle so freely?
The castle means nothing to us. It is what is inside that we value. And once we have access to this, we will be on our way.
Interesting. That is very, very reasonable.
We will not, of course, damn those behind the walls to pain and death, though.
Well, I mean, again, as we take the keep, I can't guarantee that there would be zero casualties. I suspect, even if we were to go through a secret entrance, some might resist, and then there is a question of those who defied the king and defied the emperor.
Understood.
They might need to be brought to justice, and perhaps.
Werner and Herr Klaus have spoken vilely against the king.
Well, I mean, he is the Castiglione of the keep, and one of the. I don't know this Klaus you speak of, but he is the Castiglione, and he would probably be necessary to bring justice for his.
Slowly.
For his what might be perceived as traitorous actions.
No.
Very well. Then I think we have an understanding that we can come to an agreement on, and perhaps tomorrow morning this will quickly quickly be resolved. I appreciate it. Good Nacht.
It's
Yes.
gonna get stuck like that.
Yes. Yes. Would you escort Sir William back to his camp, and we will resolve this tomorrow, hopefully.
German guy.
Then tomorrow.
Also,
Until
I
the
hate to
morning.
say this, but I've lost view of the feed again.
Okay. Tap on the screen if you would, Brian, for me. Harder? No.
The bubble.
Now see that little camera, just that one to the left? Yep. Tap again. The one to the right, to the right, to the left, right there. Tap on that. There you go. Okay.
There we go.
We're back.
Okay, so good luck, Neo. He lifts you back up onto the chariot if you want to ride.
Thank
And
you.
he goes, did you resolve everything you meant to resolve?
I believe we have an understanding.
Well, hopefully we'll be drinking some mead or beer tomorrow night. He rides you back toward the edge of town again, and he says, it's a pleasure meeting you. Take care.
You too. Take care of that hammer.
Oh, thank you very much. And then he turns and he rides back toward the camp. You're back with your party members.
They gave me my weapons back, I assume.
You go back through the town, and the guards have your weapons.
Very good. I'll come back to the guys. Hey, guys.
I think we're probably at the castle.
What exactly were you doing?
Okay, you guys are back up at the castle
Yeah,
by
we're at the
now.
castle, okay.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
You're all up at the castle.
I think a rest is in order.
I'm trying to meet with Werner as soon as possible.
You ride up. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to get up to the camp. Well, on your horseback, you could get up there probably a little bit quicker. Who goes up to the castle with him? Okay.
Are we leaving anybody behind?
That's my
So
question.
People can't just like.
Well, I'll
walk
stay with the
up.
troops because I'm going to bandage them and leech them and all that.
I'm
fun
going to
stuff.
rest, but I'm going to stay
So
back with the
Kartra is with the troops.
I'll stay
Borinth,
back with the troops.
You're staying with the troops.
Do I need to be in the castle to get a short rest, or can I get a short rest if I stay out here?
You could stay out here.
I'll stay with my archers.
Okay, you
Yeah.
stay out here.
I'm going with Matthias.
Okay, Matthias and Balder ride up toward walk and ride up toward the camp. Okay, you guys are up at the camp, or not the camp, the keep. You go back in toward the keep. They escort you through the winding corridors up to Werner's, and he goes, Matthias, Balder, you have fought better than I anticipated. I mean, I wish we could thank you.
You might not want to thank me yet.
You can still give us what we seek, and that would be payment enough.
It
Well, at the
would be
moment,
very fair if I knew they weren't coming.
currently we're in something of a ceasefire, so to speak.
Well, that's a good thing,
We
is
have
it not?
24 hours. We have another 24 hours of during which time the Herr König Leopold's men have, or at least his representative said, that his forces will remain in their camp until we can meet tomorrow morning to discuss terms.
Well, that is very good news. Any delay is
I do not know what it is exactly that you expect me to present to them as terms, and just my guess at what you wanted was perceived not as an offer but as a demand. I would, in order to negotiate more effectively, I would need to know what you would find acceptable, and even then, I'm not sure what exactly they would be willing to accept.
Well, I mean, we seem to have the upper hand right now, do we not?
Only for now, and only because of the fact that they aren't able to bring all of their forces to bear. Have you heard of anything from the other cantons, from the
Yeah.
other army?
Yes, The cantons of Uri and Unterwalden have located the other army, and they should be able to give battle hopefully within maybe a day, 2 days, 3 at the outside.
We definitely don't
Well,
have
that's
3
something
days.
at least.
Negotiations could take 2 days.
They will not
But
wait.
at the same time, they're massing their forces back north of Morgarten. Truth be told, even with the advantage of our position, I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what the chances are of a successful motion to hold the line. It pains me to admit it, but
Well,
we may be strong, but we are just men.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say it's 60-40 that we can take them, hold them off for another day. If they choose to attack.
60-40? Meaning, what does that mean?
A little bit better than half.
Those are better odds than we've had. I mean, if we could get let's say, as you use the term 60-40, a 40% reduction in taxes, and another 40% greater autonomy in terms of self-determination, I would be pleased with that.
Okay, that's a start.
In other words, if I could perhaps negotiate it to Leopold himself, but his representative, his words were, and I quote, that what they expect is for you to acknowledge the lawful authority of the emperor and his right to determine the autonomy and the autonomy of and extract taxes from the realms under his command, as is his will and right as emperor.
And
I believe that he said he might be willing to discuss things at a later time if you acquiesce now. But I do not know what exactly they would be willing to accept regarding terms in this current negotiation. I can attempt to negotiate terms, but I do not know whether they will be willing to accept any of it.
I'm not willing to surrender just yet. I mean,
neither am I. Neither am I.
And if I have to hold ourselves in this fortress until perhaps our other troops arrive, then so be it. Right now, we're not losing. I'm not ready to give up just yet.
And I'm not telling you that you have to. All I am saying is that I do not know whether these negotiations will succeed or not.
Fair enough. But that's the reason we knew when we ceased sending money to the emperor, when we declared that we wanted greater autonomy and a reduction in taxes, we knew that there was a possibility that lives would be lost and blood would be shed in order to achieve this. But the people are starving. The people are desperate. They need some assurances of their own self-determination and destiny. We don't want to be free of the emperor. If anything, our freedom from the emperor would mean that Savoy would overrun our western boundaries, that Mantua would come across the Alps and attack us from the south. No, we are willing to acknowledge the liege and continue to be members of the empire, but we can't do it under these oppressing conditions.
And I understand that, and I sympathize. Believe me, my heart is fully aligned with your cause as of this moment, Herr Werner. Believe me. And believe me, I will do everything within my power to see this conflict to its end, to a favorable conclusion, regardless of what that conclusion may be. But I'm simply saying that I do not know what this next day will bring.
And I hope we've earned your trust by now.
You have earned my trust. You've earned more than my trust. I wish.
But we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And in order for us to go forward, we need a sign of good faith. We are here for the regalia. And I would like that turned over to us now. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I assure you, if it takes all of our lives...
If I turn it over to you
that's
now, will you take me... Listen, I'm not accusing you, but it is you
We
have
are
fought
going.
bravely.
We are going nowhere. We are fighting for you and these people, whether you hand that over or not. But if I'm going to risk my life for you tomorrow, then I at least want to know that I got what I came for, whether I die on that battlefield or not.
Whilst I do
I
not
will not-
necessarily agree with the bluntness
I am a
of my
man of
companion,
honor, and I will not abandon
at
this
least
just
see
because
what
you
he
gave me the regalia now.
So you will continue to fight.
Of course.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. One of you. Whoever
I
wants
believe that
to.
Balder should, since he's the one making that motion.
You might be
Matias,
better at it.
Well,
doesn't
I'll let
care
you
whether
guys
they
decide
just know
that.
they receive regalia today or at a later date.
All right, 16.
He says, very well. On your honor, you will continue to fight, and we will turn it over to you.
I am nothing without my honor.
And you as well. You agreed to this, Matthias.
I swear before the god of my ancestors and before my name as a servant of Charles Robert of Hungary, Carpathia. My sword is here to defend the people of this land, regardless of what ends that may lead me to.
Very well. He motions toward one of his subalterns. He nods. They look kind of perplexed at first, like, really? And he says, yes. He leaves the room, and he says he'll bring it back here.
Thank you.
A few minutes go by. It's awkward silence. And he comes in with a chest. It's a very plain chest, very unadorned, wooden, with wrought iron straps going around it. And they bring it and put it over onto a table. It's locked. He hands you the key.
And I'll just open it up, take a look.
You open it up, and inside you see this black spearhead wrapped in with a gold band wrapped around it, as if the spearhead had been broken at one point, and the spearhead had been repaired with a golden band, and it's contained inside.
All right. I will lock it back up, thank him for his trust. However, tomorrow's outcome, whatever happens tomorrow, I'm just glad to know it was not all for nothing. And hopefully, God's willing, we will hold this army off until your forces get here.
Hopefully you will do better.
There's nothing more I want to see than these people safe and their home returned to them. So, in the morning, we'll see what happens.
Very well. Please keep it safe.
Rest assured, Herr Werner. Keep it secret. We do not wish to see your people harmed, no matter what.
We're willing to fight and die. It's not a question of that. It's a question of what is right for the people of the cantons.
And that is what we are fighting for here and now.
I'm just packing up my cart at midnight.
Okay.
I will.
Where are you going?
If I were, theoretically, and if they were willing to accept it, would a 30% reduction in taxes and the authority of the crown in this region be acceptable?
30% reduction in taxes and 30% greater autonomy, and I would accept that.
Yes.
All right. We have something to work on.
I simply.
But
yes.
start with 40.
Of course. Of course.
I will. Believe me, I will.
Yes.
No,
kind of
I
funny
always
Tom's
love
going to be
to use
negotiating
the
with
higher
himself
offer.
right now. It's
Do
kind
we
of
have
funny.
any sort of one-time payment to offer them?
I was unprepared for that. I mean,
if they ask for money up front, do we have anything to offer?
I can't imagine that they would, but if they do come back to me with a number, and we'll see what we can do.
All right.
Very well.
But I can't imagine
them
that would be
claps.
the case.
Well, it's worth,
but I've
it's,
been
worth
wrong.
it's worth making sure that the possibility is open at least.
Yeah.
If that is an option, let me know a number, and we'll see what we can do.
I mean,
Of course.
I feel pretty confident. I mean, it's all about the money for them. They don't actually want to see all these people hurt. So if we
It's
can
not
come
about the money today. It's about the money over time.
Yeah. So if we can come to terms.
And it's about power.
Oh, of course. The lords love that.
Yes.
I can confirm that, much to my own chagrin. Anyway, I believe it is time for Balder and I to return to, for Balder and for me to return to the front line, so that we may meet with Leopold's representative tomorrow morning.
Right. Again.
And in the meantime, I think we both desperately need a rest.
Yeah. A little bit.
You're escorted out of the castle, out of the keep, and you make your way back toward the front lines, or where do you guys go?
I'm probably going to stay in the castle for now.
Okay. I put a token on your
Thank you.
small pile there, Reiner.
Before we start our rest and everything, there is one thing I want to do. I am going to take an hour, and I am going to bond myself to this dagger, spearhead.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And then it will be mine forever.
Well, you know that they told you they have a way to summon it back after 2 years. So, but 2 years. It's yours for at least 2 years.
And then I'll just take it back.
Yeah, we'll be level 20, and then we can just destroy them all.
Yeah.
There you go.
But either way, I will bond. I'll take an hour to bond to it.
Okay, no.
And I can have up to 2 weapons bonded. So I have my hammer and I have the spearhead.
Understood.
Simon. I'm going to meet up with Simon up on top of the hill and just look at over the battlefield that we have. Do you think it's time to fall back to the other side of the bridge? Perhaps? It might throw them off pretty good if they were to come at us and...
This position is very advantageous. We have a...
They have us zeroed in at this point.
And they do. The biggest problem is the firing position from across the river.
Right. So if we fell back to the other side of the bridge, right?
We could set the
still a narrow cross.
we could set the archers on the far side of the river.
What if we were to see if we can get some oil, and we can douse this whole side of the street in oil, all the bodies that are stacked up, douse them all in oil, and when the enemy crosses over, gets caught up at the bridge choke point, light them all up on fire.
I like lighting things on fire.
I know you do.
Does this castle have any of that
This
stuff
one's for you.
left?
Well, we can find out. We can ask. We can send some troops back and see if they must have some oil. I mean,
Well, I mean that stuff they shipped to the other town.
oh no, I don't think any of that was here.
Yeah.
I thought that was from them.
No.
No, that was from
But we could at least
Bellaloo France.
because listen, I mean,
yeah,
it's
it was
important for
Frankfurt.
us to keep moving. If we stay in the same spot, right? They're planning their next assault, knowing that this is where we are. This is how our formation is, right? So if we move, it's gonna throw their plans off. We have to assume that something could still take place, right? We don't know what's going on yet, so we could shift our positions, right?
There's no guarantee they will honor their agreement either.
Right. So it would be helpful if we shifted our positions. This way,
Agreed.
when they come in, it's not what they expect.
You do not need to argue with me anymore, Bob.
Okay.
You have presented your case, and
Okay.
it is a valid one.
Remember, there's a 60-foot high cliff.
On our bank.
This in the center is about 60 feet.
Right.
away.
Yeah. So if we take our archers,
They will not
and
be
we
able to see us until they
position
round the
our
turn.
archers on this side of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that if you're afraid of the catapults, the catapult can't fire around the bend.
But it was hitting us.
Yeah,
It was hitting us on the other side of the bend.
It
This
got
was
over the
bounced, I
bend.
think.
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Yeah, one time.
That's what I'm saying. They have us zeroed
Doesn't
in.
make sense in
They
physics.
know our position. So we can't continue to keep
Granny style.
firing from our same position. We need to move.
Well, they know right where the archers are.
Right. Tactically, we have to move.
They'd
We
be
can't
going
just
like
stay
this.
stagnant here. So if we retreat back to the other side, put all of our archers up along the ridge. Okay, we have the tower, which will help defend us. We could.
Can we just go over there and destroy the catapult?
We have the
While
way of
we
getting
wait?
across the river.
Let's firebolt it. Keep hitting it.
Catapult's not there anymore.
It's not there. They pulled it back. All right. So okay. So
They're repairing it.
so in the mean, so
Those
so we're
set
gonna
explosives
start.
over there.
We're gonna start pulling back over onto the other side of the bridge.
I think it's a good idea.
And start setting up
My
our.
demolition special.
I'm gonna send. I want to send a couple troops back in search of oil.
Where's the nuke mage when you
Any
need him?
type of
Yeah,
oil,
exactly.
flammable, anything that they have,
Just fire.
as much of it that they have, and bring it forward.
Okay.
I like that.
So set up the troops how you would organize them. Some time passes. It's
Set up some spike traps too.
Yeah.
You have those?
some time passes.
Dig some holes and put spikes in.
By now it's morning. The sun has come up. Several
we get
troops
those guys
went
healed?
up to the keep.
I don't know what the health situation is.
Well, okay. I have a question.
guys.
Sorry, Tom. For the DM question, do these guys also get hit die to roll to heal back up?
Sure, absolutely. They're
Okay.
just like PCs. You guys
Okay.
control them though, in terms of that. I mean, if
Okay.
you're doing
Yeah,
something
they're
suicidal with them, I may
obliterated
step
by
in.
fireball.
But
No, we're just healing.
yeah,
hit
no,
dies.
yeah,
Hit die to
absolutely.
heal.
Sure, absolutely.
So I don't know how do you figure
Well,
that
they're
out.
all. I think they're all third level, which except for what's his name, who is I think fifth. Klaus, who I think is fifth level. So.
Oh, okay. So what are they? 1d10.
1d10 plus 1.
So they
like
have
their
3
second
hit
one.
dice if they're third level.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So
All right. So let's heal. Let's heal some of these guys up.
on a short rest, they could use it.
Let's figure out what guy. We'll heal up as many of them as we can, as much as we can, right? Because we're gonna do a short rest.
All right,
Sure.
well, I'll heal one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Yeah. So just go through the list of who's still alive.
I guess somebody wants to hear my
Okay,
plan, huh?
so
Well, yeah. Well, let's get. We got to get situated because we got to get all these guys now across too. I can't reach all those guys though, guys.
You just want them on the other side of the bridge here?
Yeah. We're forming up along the ridge. We're gonna heal them up as best we can.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not quite morning yet. It's almost morning because he's supposed to come back and meet you in the morning. Correct. Yeah. My bad. I jumped ahead on you, Joe. My bad.
No problem.
Yeah, bring all those guys back. We're gonna hold that line at there, and yeah, let me know if they can retrieve any oils or anything like that.
Well, it's going to take a little while. There's some other things that Joe was going to do beforehand, so I'm going to let that take place.
I want them to cut down some trees and stuff, and well, that's if we get a
Well, do you
if we get a
want them?
full
If you
short-
want them to get a short rest, they're going to have to rest.
Right, yeah.
If they're
Oh,
doing,
yeah. But there's
if
other
they're
people,
doing
like-
cutting down trees,
Right.
and stuff like that. It's probably
Okay.
not really a short rest.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we're just pulling everybody back in.
Is he dead?
He got the fiery catapult last week right to the face.
Ouch.
And did double damage, so he was not coming back.
Yeah, well, okay on that side.
Critical hit.
He was not making it back.
Okay, so like that cliff right there, it slowly tapers up from the bridge level up to that height over there,
Okay.
which is about
Right.
60 feet. So it's probably that my far right, your far left is probably about 30 feet high, if that makes sense. Okay. Aldrich, the sun has come up. It is the next morning. These guys come
So,
through.
how many of our hit dice do we get to use with a short rest?
Well, the short rest is going to take place from early this morning until tomorrow morning. So let me take care of what Joe is doing
Sorry.
at the beginning of what would be your relatively early and what would be your short rest, right? Does that make sense?
Technically, I think you can use as many hit die as you want. It's just that it takes you a while to recover those hit die once they're used.
Yeah, basically you don't get them back until after a long rest.
Right. So you could use as many of your
You
your
can
hit die
use
as
if you
can.
have 11. You have on a short rest as an 11th level. You have 11
Yeah.
D10s.
If you use more than half, then they don't all come back on a long rest.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Right,
you only
right,
get
right.
half back on a long rest. That's
Right.
right. I'm sorry, my bad.
So you
Doesn't
can,
happen
you can
that
use
often.
half with no penalty.
Correct.
And then if you really need to use more, it's going to take longer to get all that back.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing there?
Well, I only used 3, and I'm back up to
I'm healed up.
106.
Yeah,
So
so,
hurt.
yeah, that's good.
Okay. You get them healed up as much as you can.
Did you guys get any leeches for me?
Oh, I don't know.
You guys haven't found it yet. Okay, so while you guys are working out your individual hit dice, and I trust your own due diligence, you can figure that out. Joe, the next morning, the sun is just trying to eke away, and several of the guards are out here. Down the trail comes... Oh, wait, you went back to the party first.
Yeah, I didn't get
I'm
to
sorry,
the-
my bad. Okay, you go back to the party.
Okay, so I'm guessing we're all gathered in the same spot. We've pulled back a little
Me
bit.
and,
We're
me
all-
and Matthias aren't there. Right?
Oh, I
We're
think
at
I thought
the
you guys
castle.
came back out. Yeah, remember he just said you guys were coming out to meet with us.
Oh,
Well,
Front line. Oh, that's
probably not
Well, I mean,
back
that
yet.
depends on what Baldur wants to do.
I would imagine we're still in the castle for now.
Okay.
Because it's still really early.
Yeah,
morning.
Matthias and Baldur wouldn't be there quick. You guys were doing this at the same time.
Okay. I mean, I'd probably like to wait until we're all gathered together. So if I could wait,
Okay.
an hour or maybe after supper. Sure. Whatever.
Well, it's early in the morning. So,
Breakfast.
do you guys eventually come back?
Yeah, we're gonna
Matthias?
go check back in.
Okay, so eventually you guys come back. The sun is not quite risen yet. You realize you don't have a lot of time until you're supposed to meet with them near the village, and you guys are all together on the south side of the bridge.
Well, everybody's about as good as they're gonna get.
Yes.
I bandaged them up, cleansed their wounds. Most of them are pretty up and running. Klaus had a really nasty stab in the back, though.
The back. That's weird.
Yeah, very weird. He must have got turned around and hit by a lance or
It was a
something.
mess out there.
Yeah.
There was blades everywhere.
Absolutely.
I had a
Right.
private
Sure.
conference with the Baron. I think
What?
I have a way to end this conflict in a way that's
What?
beneficial to us all. I said I had a private conference.
No, I heard what you
Oh, okay.
said. I'm sorry.
Look.
What exactly is this? Are the terms of this potential beneficial end to the conflict?
Well, the terms are as much safety as possible, turning over the keep to the Leopold's forces, and us walking away with the regalia. Perhaps in some other hefty rewards for our thanks. And
Are you
deeds.
saying betray Herr Werner and the others?
Betray?
the people of Schloss Kaiburg?
No, we're going to save the people of Schloss Kaiburg by bringing this conflict to a quick and decisive end. And I do not feel I'm betraying Herr Warner because we owe him no allegiance other than a matter of convenience.
Well, the
Yeah,
good thing.
as you speak, Matthias's face goes utterly blank.
Well, the good thing is, we already have the regalia. We got it.
We have it,
They gave it to me.
so we're out of here.
No,
We're still gonna
we
protect
are
these people.
not. You cowardly cur.
More importantly,
I
did
would
you get
slip,
what I wanted?
I would slip this knife through your armor. Were there any chinks in it?
More important than this.
As if you would be able to leave again afterwards, you little worm.
So you have the regalia.
I have it.
Are you
More
sure it's the
important
right
than these
one?
Game of Kings that they're playing over here.
Yes.
Did you get what I wanted?
Not yet, but
All right.
it might be possible.
3,000 gold is yours if you bring that to me.
Possibly.
What, the hammer? We're all together, right?
So what is the plan? We're going to defend this keep until the
together
end?
Until we can't defend it anymore, and then
Right.
What word of
Hopefully that doesn't
reinforcement?
happen.
Because most of us are men of our word,
We're
unlike some I can name.
we are here to assist them to come to terms.
Baldur and Matthias brought the terms. I don't know what the terms currently are, but that's what we're here.
I've been given information by Herr Werner to negotiate with more accurately. Whether or not König Leopold's representative or König Leopold himself agrees to the terms that I have been given dispensation to present is immaterial at this moment.
What is the status of the reinforcements?
Currently, the forces of the other cantons have found the army of Kaiser Friedrich,
They found
They
it.
expect to be able to make battle with it within the next 3 days at maximum.
They don't expect to engage for 3 days, and even at that point, we don't know if they're going to be
No,
victorious.
they expect to engage within 3 days.
Within 3 days. Yet we don't know if they will be victorious.
No, we do not.
I mean,
that part we can't help.
We're here just
we can only
to,
try.
just to facilitate the the negotiations and just delay as long as we can.
I have no stake in this matter. I am not a diplomat or a military tactician.
Well, what was your plan? What was your deal?
My hope is just to get us moving on from this.
No, that's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you.
We have.
Creeping thing you are.
Okay, Mattias, relax.
Rolling on your
Okay, Mattias.
belly.
All
Hey,
right.
Mattias,
Mattias, hang on.
it's a little harsh.
Hang on a second. Well, it wasn't.
He had
harsh.
our intention. He had our
But hang
intentions
on,
at
hang on.
mind when
That's-
He was looking to end it faster.
Yes, but
And
he still
personally,
hasn't
he's
told
right.
us what
Who cares what king owns
his
what?
negotiation with them was. What
think-
was your negotiation?
Our negotiation was to get the regalia.
No. What was the deal that you made with them?
I offered them the keep.
How are you going to give him the keep?
Remember the caves?
Oh, yes. That's not an easy... Wow.
Well, I didn't say it would be easy for them. I
That
offered
doesn't
him
sit well with me at all.
Didn't you barely make it through
They
that?
they merely would need to make an example of Herr Werner and Klaus for obvious reasons. They have no interest in putting any innocents, to the pain. They want to discontinue this affair as quickly as
Yes,
possible.
because that's how sieges always work. It's always a bloodless affair.
I can't hear you from behind your mask. Please flip up your visor.
I'm not wearing my armor right now.
Oh, then your skin looks very scaly.
Oh, so I'm the serpent here, am I?
Okay, all right. Mattias, you can go cool down. Obviously,
you guys keep it This down? isn't I'm a trying to battle that we
sleep.
can win.
This
We
isn't
can
gonna
just delay
happen.
them, and we don't even
That's
have
what
any-
we're doing. We don't need to let them in the back door
We cannot.
in order for these.
We can never win.
I
There are
will.
We
too
don't
many.
need to let them in the back
There are
door
6.
to slaughter everybody, because that's what's going to happen. And we're in the middle of negotiations. Let the negotiations take place.
We have knowledge of.
But
the
we have
keep.
what we already came
We
for.
could provide them
just come for that.
with the number of guards.
Really? 'Cause that's what we were here
We
for.
could provide them with the areas to
What
stay
else
away
did we
from.
come for?
Well, we're also here. We also pledged ourselves to protect these people.
Which we would be doing by ending
we've
this
done a
conflict.
good job so far.
No, you wouldn't be.
Yes, we would.
We would.
You would be.
We would protect the common people.
A long and drawn
No,
out
you would be
siege would-
sentencing them
These
to
people would. These
agreeing
people are being
whatever
forced to starve in
terms-
their keep.
You would be sentencing these people to whatever agreement the,
people of
emperor
these
decides.
But at that point, if they don't
The
like
people of
it,
these
move.
cantons are starving.
Really?
Yes, they're
People of
starving.
this
This
land
siege should be
are
lifted.
crushed by the taxes.
And they're going to lose to this king unless we stay here forever. They'll never be able to hold.
We understand that that's not our goal here, is to stay here forever. We just need to delay so that the armies.
I'm willing to see how the negotiations go. I don't want these people hurt.
We shouldn't just
But
let them in the backyard,
If
back
this
door.
if this king is going to take the castle anyway, the less bloodshed, the better.
You don't think that that's going to lead to bloodshed? Letting them in the
No,
back
I don't
door.
agree with
When
letting
does
them
that
in.
ever work
I don't agree
out
with
that
letting
way?
them in through the caves. I agree with eventually letting them have the keep.
Of course, but they're
Well-
already agreed to accept the rule of the emperor.
Yeah.
It's just the terms of the agreement. So
Yeah.
we just have to let them sort
Yeah,
that
we're
out.
gonna sort that
But
out.
we have to
If
give them
we
time.
If we
Yeah.
can't sort that out at that point,
Of course.
we can't help
Of
them anymore.
course, yes.
I'm asking you to acknowledge it as an option.
No. Is that what you're asking me? And I just said no.
Again, this group is very pig-headed.
I don't know.
For a
I
group-
kind of understand where he's coming from, to be honest with you.
He's hasty. I understand the points of honor.
Yeah.
Is there not something greater than honor at stake?
Well, I get what you're trying
There
to do.
is.
I get what you're trying to do.
There is.
But as
a
Bourne
vampire we're trying to kill. That's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
We
takes
also need to-
precedence
So
over
Matthias
everything.
turns
Yeah.
to Simon. Simon, do you know what a siege is like? Have you been in a siege?
No.
then you cannot know just how brutal, how bloody, how savage it is.
So would it
There
not?
is no bloodless.
Would it not be better to end it as quickly as possible then?
Agreed.
Yeah.
If it ends quickly, do you think there will not be bloodshed?
There's going to be bloodshed either way.
Either way.
These are men of some honor.
You're
They
not
do not
giving
wish
the
to
people
slaughter.
within this castle that
I do agree with
option.
Borinth. I do agree with Borinth. Letting them in through the basement would be bad because they're gonna fight back and they're gonna lose their lives. But if we can't come to terms, we're gonna have to just convince these people to let this king take their castle.
Let me present.
And not
let
fight
me
back.
present.
If they refuse these terms, we're gonna have to convince them to just let it happen so they don't die.
Let me present.
Or they will kill them all.
But the owner of the keep won't give up because it's his head on the pike.
Yeah, but he's one person. If we can get their people to give up peacefully, then he can do what he
just
wants.
need
They're
to
going to kill him
delay them
anyway.
until
Let us remove. Let us remove the leadership of the keep. With them out of the way,
Go
we
remove
could-
him. Go up there and go remove him.
Let us
Go,
agree to this.
go do it.
That's drastic.
If you intend
That is a darker path.
They're going to do that for
you
us.
are on your own.
All we need to do is delay at
Yeah.
this point. Let the negotiations, let the other armies get into their positions. It'll weaken Leopold's position, right? If he's engaged elsewhere.
Yeah.
And it gives these people a little bit more bargaining power, and then we're out of here.
Yep, I
That's
agree.
it. We're just trying to give these people a little bit more bargaining
You
power
are basing
for their
the
future.
strategy on
That's
a
it.
lot of hope.
I don't know. That Baron made it pretty clear that he feels like that they've got the strength and the numbers.
You,
to,
And I
you
agree.
believe you just gonna believe them? Come on.
Well, I don't know what you humans like to
Come
do
on.
all the time, but I'm telling
They
you,
lie.
I do.
They
I
lie.
do agree.
This
I
is the
do
whole.
agree.
This is
lie.
the Holy
well,
Roman
if everybody
Empire.
lies,
They
then why do we even
all-
care about
they
honor? Let's
all
just we
lie.
got what you wanted. Actually, do we even know that's the real thing?
It looks pretty authentic.
If you
Well,
touch
can
it,
I
it turns
author?
to paste.
Can I author? Yeah, check it.
I'll take it out of the chest. What is it, like obsidian or something?
No, it's
Iron,
metal.
Most likely.
It's metal. It's
Like a really dark, like iron.
I cast
Is it
detect
still very
magic
sharp?
over it to see if it
When I was
glows.
holding it, is it still very sharp?
Oh, that's
no,
right.
it's actually not very sharp.
No.
Just cast a detect magic
It's
on
not
it.
very
and see
sharp
what
at all.
happens.
It does. It glows
Identify.
very.
Can you identify?
very.
Can anybody identify? You can identify. Can you do it as a ritual?
This thing's powerful.
Oh.
This is the real deal. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but it's definitely
It's
the
it.
real deal.
Simon, take a look.
And I'll just. There you go.
It's lighter than I thought it would be.
It is, right?
It is.
You think it looks heavy?
It does.
It's not made very sturdy either.
Draw the pearl out of my
The Lance of
my
Longus.
pouch.
This is the thing that,
That is what
has
it looks like.
This is what will aid us
Close.
in
And I will cast
our true goal
identify on
of
the
killing that vampire.
on the spearhead
which we
As
should
a
not
ritual?
recite of.
as a ritual.
Yes.
Okay, so some time goes by. It takes you 11 minutes. You cast the spell. You find yourself, all of a sudden, everything goes cloudy for a moment. You find yourself standing on the side of a very dusty mound. It's a small hill with no trees. There's some scrub around it. You look around you and you can see that you're mounted to something, as if you are the blade itself that you're imagining. And the blade is stuck on top of a large staff. And looking to your side, you see what is obviously a warrior who's holding this staff. And the warrior is standing there stoically. And there's some orders being shouted, and you see some shadows against the hill as some things are being raised up on top of this mound. And there's some other orders being shouted, and some civilians come by, and they're just throwing things up at the hill itself. And it's just this chaotic environment. It is just bloody and messy, and there's just, you can hear some screams and some wails, and just the pain of the people around you and the suffering around you. And then someone shouts an order to the soldier that is just incoherent to you in your inability to understand the language as an object. All of a sudden, you're lifted into the air, and you could tell that the soldier is walking you forward. And in front of you, you see a man. He's mounted on top of a large piece of wood, his arms stretched out wide. And somebody shouts something to the soldier, and he thrusts you towards the individual, and you can feel yourself piercing his body. And you wail with pain in yourself. It is incredibly, incredibly painful. You just feel it rushing through you. Roll a con save.
Always look on the bright side of life.
A 16.
16. You take 73 points of damage.
Oh!
You're pulled
He's
out
out for the
from
week.
the individual, and you can just sense the blood flowing away from it. And then you are turned and you're walked away, and just everything goes dark. You have a sense that it's of immense power, but its power is really not of a nature like a +1, +2, +3. It's a power of something more unearthly. And it's also a power that when combined with something else makes it of even greater significance. And then everything just goes into a blur as you feel the pain of the individual who is carrying you. And then you come back to the others.
Then I probably vomit instantaneously as soon as I wake up.
Are you okay, Simon? Are you all right?
What just happened?
He's bleeding on the side.
Is that it? Is it the real thing?
Yes. I'll just go and
You look awful.
curl up in the corner of the tower.
I'll heal you with what little I can do. What is it? Out in Verden die Keilen, and then you just see this horrid eyeball come towards you. And you get 10 points back.
Up to 22.
Well,
Are you all right?
Rest.
not as unexpected.
Get some sleep.
I am not okay.
Get some rest.
I'm not going to
I think
listen
that some of us will
to
be
you
needed
anymore.
at the negotiations soon.
Well, we have a whole day, right? I mean.
Okay.
I'll just like really carefully put it back in the box and lock it up.
Aldrich, you know that you had agreed to meet with somebody on the edge of town. Are you going?
Yeah, I will set out to go. So, you wish...
And where exactly are you going?
Who are you meeting?
My loyalty lies with this party, Knight. Do not question that. If this group feels
I'm
that...
questioning a great deal.
Then for all of your insights, you are... not insightful.
Matthias, you're still upset.
If this party does not agree with my
He
recommendation...
didn't do anything behind our back.
Balder,
He came back to confer with us about it.
if I might be so bold, need I remind you just how our acquaintance with Gundrick Voxel began?
Oh, he's...
Well, okay, I
nowhere
think
near
the
that.
problem is that if he's going off to meet whoever it is he's going to meet, he hasn't told us yet, right? What is to prevent him from going there and making up his own mind and deciding to show them the entrance that we're trying to keep secret? Right? So, I think that is the problem that Matthias currently has.
If you wish to accompany me, Knight, feel free.
If he was going to... If he was going to do this, he would have done it and not told us.
Yes.
He would have just done
Exactly.
it. He came to us because he wanted our counsel.
He may have thought our answer would have been different.
Probably.
So, I think we just want to know who you're going to meet.
I'm going to meet with the Baron.
Are you going to his camp? Are you meeting him in town?
We are set to meet at the edge of town. I told him I would return with our response in the morning.
Okay, if you do not return immediately after, then I think we're gonna have reason to.
Well, at this point,
Question.
his deal could mess up our negotiations. So if he's gonna go talk to him this morning, he's gonna have to convince them that he's still sort of on their side. If the negotiations don't go well, maybe he'll help them then. He can't just go there and say, "No, never mind." He's in too deep for that.
Yeah, but if you give him the option of, coming in through the back door,
Yeah.
Or negotiating.
Well,
they'll just
the
do
problem. The problem is he told them. So how does he get out of this if he doesn't do it?
Doesn't show back up.
Doesn't show back up.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think that's the only way.
Right?
If you go down there,
Indeed.
how can you possibly come back with your life?
It's true.
If you told them there's a back door,
Unless
and now
we
you won't
ambush
tell
the
them where
Baron
it
and
is.
we kill him. I like that idea.
Okay, you're okay with killing the Baron.
Well, we're at war with them.
I like where you're going, but also sabotaging negotiations if we kill him. But it's still an option.
Maybe.
It's still an option. We could do that and just get out of here.
Delay it.
I will meet with the Baron, and if anybody wants to accompany me for fear of treasonous activities,
I think I'm coming just for fear of them murdering you.
that was.
I don't
my-
think you have an option to tell them no anymore after everything you told them.
No, I still believe we are under the
But-
flag of neutrality, and
We're meeting them, tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are we meeting them again? We're meeting them tomorrow morning to negotiate. I don't understand. Like,
I think it's safer if you don't go.
Yeah.
you're not getting you're not. I mean, I don't think you need a short rest, but you're not going to get a short rest. And if you go, Balder, you're not going to get a short rest, right? So, because you're not resting.
I'm meeting them in the morning, though. Haven't we spent the whole day resting already?
Oh, okay. So I think this is the confusion.
It's still early that morning. You haven't used the short rest yet. This conversation.
We're all
is
going to
all-
meet the following morning, but that is 24 hours later. Are you saying that you're going to meet them that same morning that you met them?
Yes, that was the
Yeah.
agreement.
That was the
Like when
agreement.
the
Okay.
sun came up.
Yeah.
he was gonna
Oh
go
no,
back and
I
see
intended to meet him the following day.
All right.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood.
See, that's what I'm
Sorry.
saying. I think there's a little.
Wait. We're jibber jabbing back and forth here. Who is in favor of his plan? We have the regalia, so now it's just a matter of ending this conflict.
This conflict, yes. I
So-
am not in favor of letting him come in the back door. I agree with Matias. It will only end bloodshed.
All right. I think you're pretty much in agree. I'm pretty sure Simon probably agrees with the Shadow Walker.
I'm fairly neutral.
There is
Fairly
no
neutral?
way. There's
All
no
right.
way that they invade that castle and these people don't fight for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They'll all die.
Let us go and present Werner's terms, and see what his reaction is.
I still think you shouldn't go.
Well, I will go with you guys when we go meet tomorrow.
All right.
You should probably stay here.
You're basically no-showing them.
Yeah.
We can just tell him that we caught a traitor and strung him up, and
I will go. I am a man of my word. I told him I would reappear, and I would.
If you were a man of your word, you would not have made that offer in the first place.
You have a small mind, Knight.
All right. So
Okay,
what are we
so
doing?
the sun is coming up. What are you doing, Aldrich?
I'm gonna hang out with the guys.
You're hanging out back with
So you're
your
not
troops?
going.
No.
Okay. Understood. You guys are reorganizing your troops. Yes, you have rolled the hit dice. You haven't received them yet, but it's over the short rest. It's in this period. The sun starts to come up. It burns a little bit of the fog off. There's a little bit of rain. It's a little bit of a drizzle. It's a gray overcast. Visibility improves somewhat as the temperature rises. A few hours go by. Nothing seems to be happening. And you guys are over in that general area? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you want to reposition yourselves somewhere, wherever you are.
I wanted to instruct some
Maddie,
troops
so
that are
yeah.
not out here just to come out with that oil that I was mentioning. Earlier.
Okay, a few hours go by,
Douse here.
and
Not
they
the
bring...
guys fighting back here, but some other
Understood.
guys from there.
Understood. A few...
Freshies.
A little bit of time goes by, and they bring down a huge barrel of oil, probably at least 100 gallons. And you look at the bridge, and you figure, just a quick eyeball, even without an insight check, you could probably coat this bridge with this barrel of oil. But you also know that if you coat it now, it's going to seep into the stones and the mortar of the bridge. So if you're going to do that, you're going to want to do it at when you want it done, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you have enough oil to literally coat the entire bridge in a layer of oil that would burn for probably, let's say, it's going to be X amount of time that I'm going to have you roll at that point. Does that make sense? It could be upwards of a minute. It may even be longer.
It could be a smart way to do it. We could maybe do something with the barrel itself and leave it on the other side. I wasn't planning on coating the bridge with it, but maybe this other side.
I'm just throwing that out as
yeah.
for those who did mention that they were thinking of that.
Yeah. Is there a way that we could?
While you're doing that, I'm gonna.
Strong enough
You
to
guys
carry
are
it up the
still
hill.
streaming. I'm just gonna run upstairs. I
And
need
we'll set it to just dump when we need it to.
Right.
Some archers up there can dump it on.
Yeah, I do not know that it will explode if I.
No, I know.
Hit it
I
with
know.
a firebolt. I think
Yeah,
it'll just.
oil would
I think it'll
explode.
just burn as
No,
a barrel.
there-
It won't.
There needs to be a couple people up there. You push it off, breaks, spreads
Or we can
everywhere.
get 2 men from
lay it
the.
on fire.
Yeah. We can spare maybe 2 archers or something, 2 men or something on the other side, and have
And as
them.
long as they stay hidden up there, the catapult will have no reason to fire on those cliffs.
Yeah, and they'll be on this side, right? So when the other troops come around in this area,
Put them on
they
the
would-
back side of the bend. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
and
can
they'll
dump
push
down
it
on that side, and then we can
this
light it.
entire corner will be up in flames. All right.
Yeah,
I like it.
Somewhere around there.
I like it.
They bring archers over on this bend. We're not going to last very long.
Do we have archers here? They're gonna be getting showered with arrows too. But we're
or if they position a catapult over there and start lobbing stuff
they have to
over.
get it. I mean, they don't. The thing is that they're not going. They're going to expect us to be where we've been. They don't know where else we would be.
But we're also giving them free ground. Doing it this way.
Yeah, but we can only withstand for so much longer, and this is a much tighter bottleneck. We're out of their reach from here.
Yeah, but then they'll just shoot us from over there eventually.
I mean, eventually, they're getting in.
I mean, we're not going
But
to be
we
able to
have
hold them
more.
off forever.
No. But we have more of a defensive position here.
What about when they bring the catapult across the river and up to the bridge here?
They're going to have a tough time bringing that thing across. I mean, that's going to take some time too. This is all about.
Take 24 hours.
It's all about taking more time. It's
Like,
all
yeah,
about.
sure, we'll take 24
banking
hours.
that those armies.
That's perfect for us to
it's
put everything
all
where
about
we
delaying
need
them.
it.
It's all about slowing them down.
Our
It's all
time is
they're-
their time too.
They're expecting us to be right here. When we're not right here, they come around the corner, and then we are attacking them here, which means their rear control won't know what's happening.
I think our best bet is to delay the negotiations as long as we can, or just keep bringing
of
it
course,
back and forth.
That's it. Yeah. That's what we're
But I
doing.
really don't want to see us going back into another battle because we're not even at full strength anymore.
Crossing that bridge is not going to be fun for them.
No.
You know.
All right.
Does anyone have any wine? A little thirsty.
We can send for some wine, some ale.
A little bit of time goes
Line
by.
to the front lawns.
Some food and
Yeah.
ale and wine and water come down. One of the guards from up near the ballista comes running down the trail down toward you guys and says, there's a small contingent heading this way.
Has it been the 24 hours or no? This isn't.
No,
the
it
next one.
hasn't
Okay.
been the 24 hours yet.
Okay.
I'm just going to take
How
a
heavily
minute.
armed are they?
It just looks like a couple individuals.
What do they look like?
Then
Just knights and
What color?
a chariot.
What's what I mean?
Snock.
Let's go meet them.
It's just 2 people?
I couldn't tell exactly the number. I was told to run the message down.
All right, we can. I'll come forward for the group to the bridge and meet them. Oh, it's the bad.
They continue.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, it's there attacking.
Yeah, they said there was a chariot there.
They don't appear to be attacking.
Oh, okay.
I think he's like their main.
This
hired
individual
gun
is carrying
to protect them.
a large banner. It's a white flag. He's coming around the corner.
Matthias, you were gonna ride out with us?
absolutely.
I'll ride out.
Matthias summons
Nope,
his
I heard his
armor and
horse.
horse.
I heard his horse.
I'm gonna ride all the way out to here. We'll meet him right around there.
Oh, I guess they're upset that you didn't show.
I don't know. Oh, here. Switch to Mattias. Who else is going with us?
I'll be over there.
Put that down.
Horse Mattias.
You recognize
Horse Mattias.
I'll keep charge of the archers over here.
Steady.
Yes.
You recognize Baron Oberst von Unterhandler. And he, good morning.
Herr Baron.
Yes, good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen. Wie geht es Ihnen?
Ja.
Ja.
Ich spreche ein bisschen
Morgen.
Deutsch.
Ja, es geht mir gut, danke.
But I am well.
Ja.
And you?
I was to meet with one of your party this morning, and I think that something was amiss. And since we're in if you will, a stand down for the time being, I thought we would reach out and perhaps there was something that went awry with a possible understanding. You're there? And he seems to look toward you.
I put up my hands. My companions did not agree with my suggestions.
That's disappointing.
However, negotiations are still going to continue. You may rest assured of that.
Yes, we have until tomorrow morning then.
Indeed.
Very well. He seems to
It
be...
simply did not... You must understand, sir. Our companion made his offer without our knowledge or foreknowledge or our consent. And it did not sit well with us, especially with me, considering that I know very well the price of war, having seen it myself. I may be young compared to some knights, sir, but I have seen well what happens when a castle is taken. And it did not sit well with me to force to place the people of Schloss Kyborg within that situation when it might not be necessary.
I would be remiss to say I'm other than disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I am disappointed. But then tomorrow morning. Good knock.
Tomorrow morning, yes.
Yes. He seems to scan around, just looking at the ridges and... Tomorrow morning, then.
Are you giving him the terms now?
No, tomorrow morning.
Oh, tomorrow morning. I thought we were resuming tomorrow morning.
And I hope you have a pleasant rest. He and his compatriots turn around and they ride down the road.
Gustav, you coming over to the good side now?
Not yet.
We got ale, we got some food.
We're pretty well provisioned.
Okay.
We have 6,000 gold pieces a week.
We do.
6,000 gold?
Yeah.
Well, I signed a contract in my head anyway. And I made
thought
a
you was a
deal.
mercenary.
And as soon as that deal is finished...
Maybe you come over?
Yes. Maybe when that deal is done, it could be worth it. Yeah, you seem like decent chaps. Just don't make fun of Norske Giden's lisp, please. Until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
And they, lots of roleplay, guys. Sorry we're running just a hair behind here. Everybody, I hope everybody having a good time?
Yes.
Okay, going around the table. Let's start with Mattias. Did you have a good time, Mattias?
I did.
What was your highlight, sir?
Being able to bring back Matthias's greatest flaw.
Stupidity?
Oh, come on, guys.
What is Mattias' greatest flaw?
His favor, once lost, is lost forever.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
He sticks by
That's
it.
right. It does say that.
He does really
It does.
stick by
It says that's one of it's your trait. I remember
oh,
that.
no.
Oh, you stuck by it. Well,
Oh no.
What was your highlight?
For me,
Yeah.
just interacting with everyone, being able to really dig into the characters and the interactions again, and of course the negotiations and trying to figure out how to help Schloss Kyborg and its people get out of this mess.
Well, I think I love your enthusiasm as a role player. I think that it is, and I'm not just patronizing you, and I'm not just saying that because I'm your dad too. I love it. I think it's very enthusiastic, and you're cut from the same piece of cloth, even though you don't want to admit it. 1,500 experience points, sir.
I never said anything like that.
I'm joking. I'm trying to add a little levity. What's the word? Levity to my.
What was the number?
1,500. Brian, what was your highlight, sir?
I enjoyed when he identified the spear. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the whole picture that you painted. I really enjoyed it.
Really, thank you. You know, I was actually going to write it out, and I just didn't. I ran out of time. Gosh forbid,
I like it
work.
better when you don't write that stuff out and you do it because it's to me it's like.
Well, I had already planned it out in my head, but I hadn't.
Yeah, I like it because I like to be able to visualize it. You know,
think
like
you
and you
think
did a
about,
really
like,
good job
like,
of
falling
visual.
asleep at night. What am I gonna say? You're showering, you're washing your hair. You're like, what am I gonna say?
Well, I had it all planned out, but I didn't have time to go like this in between everything else.
So do you mean that you were just going to hand it to him and none of us?
No, I was going to share it, but I was going to have it all written
okay.
out ahead
I thought
of
it was
time.
great. I thought it was
Well,
great.
I appreciate that.
It was. I really enjoyed it. It was cool.
You're no longer
I knew exactly which scene was being described as well.
Well, very cool. That's good. Very cool. So you're no longer the highest level character, one of the highest level characters. So you get a 500 experience.
Yeah.
First time in
So
so long.
It's about time you leveled up, Mattias.
2,000 experience points,
Oh,
Boris. Okay. Dennis, what was your highlight?
You know, I liked the whole party banter. I thought that was great. I liked the fact that, you know, he actually went and came up with a different plan. I kind of liked his plan. I thought it was kind of neat and innovative and a little underhanded, but at the same time, hey, you know, it could have saved some bloodshed. So I enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool, and everyone just kind of like picking and choosing what they wanted to do and what they didn't want to do, and you know.
It was like it wasn't
fun.
bad. It was.
I mean, a lot of people think that's like it was like a crap move on his part, but he played his character, and actually, I kind of like the idea.
But you got to remember that we're also playing our character, so it's
yeah.
not that we didn't think it was cool what you did, and like
I didn't want anybody to think playing his character as if his character's a douche or something. You know, because I don't think it was a douche plan. I just think it was
I think it was a legitimate
an
plan.
option.
Yeah.
It was a legitimate plan that could have saved a lot of lives, possibly.
Simon
We
has
don't
a
really
very
know,
fluid
but
morale.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
I'm not upset about that at all.
Or more as any other.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. We could speculate.
Just an option.
I didn't see a hook or log from you, correct?
No, I was too busy this week.
That's cool. But your 2 levels, you earned another 500 because Maddie is bumped up, so 2,500 experience points, sir. Joe, did you have a good time?
An awesome time.
What was your highlight?
Lots of highlights again. Of course, like everybody said, the banter, the role play. I would be remiss if I did not say.
Focus.
Do you need more?
I would be remiss if I did not say that stabbing Klaus in the back was not a highlight.
I'll give you 2.
The fact that I got sneaky with it also, and I don't think anybody saw it. Maybe, I don't know. You know. But yeah, it was cool.
Just for fun, I rolled a perception just to see. I got a 5. I'm like, oh,
He's good. He's good.
Well, it would have been passive perception. It wouldn't have been an
I know,
active
I was
unless
just-
they were
I was
looking.
just messing around.
So
I wasn't actually gonna say-
Klaus was looking after he was stabbed, but he wouldn't have been looking while he was stabbed.
Did you stab Klaus?
He did.
No, I didn't stab nobody.
There you go.
No, I mean,
Oh, no, you weren't here. You don't
I
know
wasn't
nothing.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Watch the stream.
Yeah, he ran past us.
Stabbed.
Well, I
But they
also
kill him.
noticed someone else again mentioned something about Loon and William. That's a second person. So there's obviously something I think is going on there, and part of me wants to explore that a little more. So that was one of the reasons I also went into the camp, but to try to dig a little further. But I didn't get that. He kind of dismissed me as soon as I finished with the proposal. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens.
Okay, interesting. I try never. I know sometimes I do. Never take away player agency. So I think that you're pursuing your own way of pursuing things is awesome. I thought it was very, very cool. Thank you for the hooks and the log.
Thank you.
So 3,500 experience points, sir. Balder, Ryan rather. What was your highlight?
Born with Brian, right?
Born with Brian, Balder.
100% being able to convince the Lord to give us the regalia now. So it feels good to have it, and that was awesome. So definitely like doing that.
Well, very cool. You know, honestly, I probably, even after you rolled, I said to myself, I shouldn't have asked him to roll. See, I'm a believer that in the DMG it says you only ask somebody to roll when the outcome, success or failure, is uncertain. And your role play was so good that, in my opinion, it didn't need a roll. But I had already asked for the roll, and I was like grateful that you rolled above a 15. I would have been like having to slap myself if you had rolled like a 5 or something. I would have been like, oh man, why did I ask you to roll? So I thought it was such a good role play that it didn't really warrant. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
No, yeah, because I really put myself in the character in that moment and said, how would he treat the situation? So yeah.
So it didn't.
I agree.
It didn't need a roll, but I regretted. As soon as I said it, I kind of regretted it. But you rolled good enough that I was able to rationalize it in my head. 2,000 experience points. So you're level 10, 500 experience point bonus, 2,000 experience. Simon, what was your highlight?
These are yours.
2, almost destroying the...
Oh, you're
I'm doing it too.
11.
I'm doing it too.
Okay, how many more is this? It's just so I can keep track.
I'm
1,
at
2,
4,
3,
so that should be 6.
So 2,600.
Supposed to be at
Here's
85,035.
7, and I'm at, that'll put me at 85,39.
I am level 11.
Bonus points for us.
Okay,
Up to
awesome.
9.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Ding, 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 ding. Simon, I'm sorry.
Almost destroying the catapult was good. I wish I got a couple more shots in on it. And definitely the identifying the spear and almost dying from it.
That was wild.
That was
that was
cool.
wild.
Could it have killed? What's your total?
I'm 84, so
yeah,
I had 11
well, it
left.
could have knocked you unconscious.
Yes, yeah. So that was good, and I really enjoyed that. The stabbing of Klaus and the interaction with the other camp.
I knew you were trying to destroy the catapult, but I kind of figured that once the threat was gone out there and the battle was dying down, they wouldn't have just
let it sit out there and burn. Obviously
yeah,
not.
so I was like,
No.
So
that makes sense.
You're level 9 with a change in the bonus. You've got. I didn't see a log or hook from you.
No, my computer ate itself for a
20
couple days.
Okay, 2,500 experience points.
And that is a level.
Huzzah! Huzzah! A lot of popping tonight. So Zion's 10, Balder's 11, Borinth is. What are you at putting that in?
2, level 2 in Paladin.
2 in Paladin. Understood. Just guys, I know. You guys know how to roll online or roll here, right?
Wow.
Okay. If you don't know, please ask me. Let me take care of this, and then we can chit chat away.
Just post the link again, because I always lose it.
Thank you guys. Oh yeah. Thank you guys for watching 7-Sided Dice Carpathian Adventure. Again, we would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. That's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. Please patronize them via the @Yenu draws on Instagram, @Yenu on Tumblr and Twitter, and patronize Silky Noir on DeviantArt. This is acting up on me. There we go. Please comment in the Twitch chat room, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. While we do this strictly for fun, let us know how we might improve our stream. Lastly, please follow on Twitch and on Instagram. Please like on Facebook and on YouTube, and please subscribe on YouTube as well. No comments in the Twitch chat room tonight, but I was watching it. As we leave you, please indulge my periodic diatribe. Most versions of D&D have featured a system in which the players make choices during character creation for their characters. One of those choices is a character's alignment. In very broad terms, a character's alignment represents the character's ethical and moral perspective. It may also be used to define the same for non-player characters and creatures. To define it, the system uses 2 axes, law versus chaos, and good versus evil. Including neutrality in both respects, this allows for 9 alignments: lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, lawful neutral, neutral or what some people call true neutral, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. By the rules, during character creation, a player decides how a character should behave, then assigns an alignment corresponding with that behavior. Then they should play the character in accordance with the alignment. While an alignment can change, once in game they generally do not. They're fixed. Rules as written, if a player doesn't play their character in accordance with their alignment, the dungeon master can effectively punish them by taking away abilities. I don't know many who do that, but that is written in the rules. With that background, in a forum I was reading, a poster solicited help expanding the number of alignments. The poster contended that the current system didn't adequately represent what he perceived to be an appropriate number of variations. In my response, I countered that it never would. When Dungeons & Dragons first came on the scene in the late 70s, and I was there, it was a radical departure from other games. By other than actors, role-playing, in the sense, was something new and unusual in a game. And I believe that many had trouble wrapping their heads around the concept. They just didn't understand it. In an effort to help players better understand the concept, the designers created alignments. Alignments provided something slightly more concrete to help players, quote, get into, unquote, being their character. Along with gender, character, class, sometimes nationality, and race, what I think might be more appropriately called species, alignment was and is a way to categorize a player's character. By the way, more on race versus species at another time. Alignment was designed to help define role-playing, a character's alignment being seen as how they might approach life, if you will. Fast forward 40 plus years, role-playing games have significantly matured. Gone are the days that D&D was perceived as a satanic threat, or at least for the most part. It still is. Today, millions have played Dungeons & Dragons and other RPGs. They are comfortable with the concept of role-playing. For the holdouts who are not, I would argue they nonetheless understand the concept. They may not enjoy RPGs, but they get it. So perhaps alignments are no longer necessary as a role-play tool. Me, I don't use alignments in the games I run. I happen to believe that, just like real life, good people have the capacity to do evil things, and evil people are rarely comically bad all the time. I like subtle shades of gray, and I think, with a modicum of experience, most role players can do it well. So, are 9 alignments enough? If you want to use alignments, I would say sure, they're enough. If 9 alignments are not enough, how many alignments are necessary to capture the infinite number of possibility of personalities? Well, the answer, infinite. In the end, while we may not really understand one another, and just ask some of the women I've had in my life, we don't get one another. The folks I game with, and I believe most role players, understand that there are nuances to personality. They also know that one's personality is not easily codified into one of 9 categories, and certainly not all of the time. They know that, like ogres, characters are like onions. They have layers. Occasionally, the onion is green and ripe, and even a sweet onion can turn brown and nasty. I will end my diatribe there. Always remember, in the Carpathian adventure, the journey is the destination, and we will continue the journey in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die, and have a good night.
Play some Dungeons & Dragons!
Ah.